it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you're royal and we're proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember remember that you royal and repelled.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you royal and repelled.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free. Yeah, welcome to the y'all. I appreciate you, JP, JQ. What it do, champion? What's up? What's up? Yeah, one of them victims, man. Aeon Jack, man. What's up, man? How you been, man? How you been? How you been? Frill, Kilo. Man, without further ado, man, I appreciate you guys coming on tonight, man. Without further ado, man, Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald, Hawthorne. Shout out to his biggest fan, his mom in the background. What up, Dre? Hey, appreciate y'all. You had a standing ovation tonight, man. Appreciate you. Hey, Dre. So they wanted to know what were the names here? Huh? Oh, anyways. All right, man. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. They about to go watch some. Close the door, bud. They about to go. Appreciate you. Great job. Go watch some cartoon. And yeah, man, welcome to the show, man. So it's hot in these boxing streets now, man. You know what I mean? Everyone's reporting Earl Spence, you know what I mean, as it pertains to it's getting closer. It's 90% there. Let me not eat until someone calls in. But yeah, man. No one knows. You know what I mean? There's no energy. You know what I mean? There's because if it were close, honestly, in my opinion, it would be energy around it. Like the camps would be talking, Terrence Crawford's sister would be tweeting, Jordan would be tweeting and posting and getting excited. But for real, it ain't no energy around it in terms of the negotiations, man. So I really don't believe no one. I'm not taking no one at their word. I'm just gonna sit back and just let it appear. You know what I'm saying? Like when it happens, I'm gonna know when y'all know. I don't even care to know how close they are at this point. I really don't, man. And if they're close, they're close. I heard some numbers today. They offered Terrence Crawford $8 million flat rate. I don't think that can be correct because he got six for Sean Porter. So I don't think that you can just, what's up, champ? I don't think you can give him 8 million. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to give him 8 figures, man. And I think Terrence Crawford deserves it. And hopefully Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford are working together, you know, as it pertains to trying to make this fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. It would be dope if they had this fight in Dallas, but they're gonna need the gate to for the salaries. You know, they're gonna need like a $8 to $12 million gate. And you got to understand something. If you're asking them to be realistic, shouldn't you ask the cable companies to be realistic? You know, I don't know, man. I don't care. You know, I mean, I care because I want the fight, but it's dragging on way too long. These negotiations or lack of negotiations is dragging on way too long. And in my opinion, I don't think they're close at all. I think Terrence Crawford is doing the right thing. He's forcing their hand. And I think Terrence Crawford should hold strong. Or if it's Earl Spence, I think Earl Spence should hold strong, man. There's no way neither of these fighters should get at least 8 figures, you know. So it's just my opinion. It's the biggest fight in boxing, and it will galvanize the sport of boxing. And there's 2 things that I wish could happen with this fight. 2 things as of right now. 1, Michael Irvin needs to be hired in some capacity as a talent. And 2, Terrence Crawford's press conference in Omaha needs to be at the Malcolm X landmark. And that would be beautiful. And I think that would be important. That would inspire me to go. You know, that would be inspire me to go to the press conference. I don't know if I have any well, we got to have nonstop flights out to Omaha from LAX, right? But if there's a nonstop flight, I would consider going because I've never been. And that's one of my bucket list things, but I'm just waiting where I can connect it to something instead of going to Omaha and coming back to LA. I rather connect it to another trip or another drive, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that, man. And so that's my opinion. You guys are more than welcome to chime in on this. And the topic, I'm glad we didn't have this conversation yesterday, because I'm gonna let the room fill in a little bit. I'll give it another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll play the video. It's about 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. I don't know. And but this woman, I guess women only have black love when it's convenient for them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Fred Dre is Asian, man. How dare you have kids with an Asian woman? But I wouldn't. But I bet I bet. And I want to comparison versus race, but I'm just throwing it back in their face. You know what I mean? I'm just having fun with the conversation. But I'm gonna say this: no man, no woman should put a man in that compromised position. No woman. You don't have, that is not your right. God didn't create you to compromise and emasculate your man. And that was 100% emasculation. And that woman was wrong. Completely wrong. She threw black love out the window and says, I'm going to be a masculine, independent, feminine woman right now. And you can't tell me what to do. And I don't care if this is your job, and I don't care if I broke the law and I was in the park and I was wrong and I'm not from this city. So how dare you give me a ticket? The sense of entitlement in that woman was ridiculous, man. And I don't, and I know it's more polarizing in the shop because she's black. I don't give a fuck if she's black or white. These Keishas and Karens are destroying us, are making it harder for black men and women like you, or honest Mexicans and men and women like y'all, and just we got to fight through these preconceived notions. You know what I mean? And it's I don't like it. I don't like it. And you guys know how. What's up, Kyle?
What's up, Big Fred? How you feeling, man?
Hey, did you watch the whole video yet?
I didn't watch the whole video, but I was gonna say we had this conversation off wax, right? I seen enough to know that.
Oh no! You got to watch the whole video. Oh no! You got to watch the whole video, dog. Oh no, we can't. No.
Well, it gets worse than that.
It's just. Listen. If I'm with my friend and he's passive and he doesn't want to fight, I'm not fighting. And I'm a man. If my friend is confronting another man and he want to go, Fred is going to go. And that's just, I guess, I don't know if that's man law. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but if we got to go, we got to go. Right. And I don't think no woman, and I'm taking this, I don't care what ethnicity you are, no woman on God's green earth should step in front of her man's masculinity in the face of adversity. I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. And now this man, now guess who's gonna get the blame? The man. Oh, he was a bitch. No, he did the right thing. Wait, let me replay it.
Make it big.
Yep. Let's all watch together.
That's what I said. Copy the citation. You have any questions? That's what it is. Come over here for me, ma'am. Can you come here, ma'am?
She got her hand on her hip.
For being in the park at the house. All right? Just need to sign right on the hands.
But because we're out of, didn't you say we were out of time, so we wouldn't have known that?
Yeah, but that's not a valid reason why you should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your bag number?
7452.
And what's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you're refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Officer Brooks, 7452.
What's the badge number?
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
Are you going to sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine. Can you put your hands behind your back for me? Hey, listen, man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
Ma'am.
you're hurting me.
Okay. I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir?
Put your hands behind your back. Something about you.
Sir.
Put your hands behind your back. Come on. I need you to back up. I'm just saying. I need you to back up. You don't need to touch her like that. She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking the question.
Okay.
I'm just, all I'm doing is
Put your
asking.
hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir,
Put your hands
I'm
behind your
asking you a
back.
question.
Okay. I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcefully put your hands behind your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary? Mr. Brooks.
Hold on. Hey, listen. She needs to put her.
Can I?
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay, Mr. Brooks. Oh my God.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games.
I know, but I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign your hands behind your back. You're acting irresistant. I'm asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back? I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest? Why am I under arrest? I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. That's all it is. I'm going to sign the ticket.
I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing.
I'm going to sign the ticket now, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. You don't have the option now. Why don't I have the option, Mr.
I gave you two options.
I'm asking for your badge number, and I wasn't called by you giving my badge number. Oh my God. Mr. Brooks, I'm telling you that I'm going to sign the ticket.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested? Oh my God. I'm so sick, my God. Please, in the name of Jesus. Please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign the ticket. Mr. Brooks, why am I being arrested? Why am I being arrested? I don't understand why I'm being arrested. Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested?
Not signing with jail.
Kyle, your response?
All parties just overdid it though. All parties. And the dude, bro, you gotta be a man though at the end of the day, Fred. You gotta tell her, look, hey, shut the fuck up, put your hands behind your back, man. Or just sign a fucking ticket. But he knew they was out of towners though, bro. Like, he knew they was out of towners. You gotta give them a pass. They didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you see how she came in hot, and then she wanted to play the victim after though. He said, if you don't sign it, I'm gonna put you under arrest. And then all of a sudden, now I'm gonna sign it, Mr. Brooks. I'm gonna sign it. But first thing you did was, what's your badge number? What's your name? And bro just standing there like, but dude, they both overdid it, man. Everybody overdid it, and then her husband or boyfriend, whoever he was, he underdid it. On both sides.
What did the police officer do wrong?
He I guess he already told him that y'all didn't know because y'all was from out of town. So why write him a ticket? Why not just give him a warning and tell them to go on about their business? Just leave the park.
I'm gonna give you my perspective on it, and I'm gonna bring you in after I give my perspective, Hannibal. He never once deviated from who he was. He wasn't cool, and then he became stern. He wasn't stern, and then he became cool. He was a letter of the law police officer. And what I mean by letter of the law is I'm going to treat you with respect. And if you break the law, I'm going to enforce it. And they broke the law because they were there after dark. And then he also said he was complicit with all of her demands. All of her demands, multiple times. He didn't have to. Or if he did, I don't, excuse me, let me omit that. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not a police officer. But he was complicit. He was 100% complicit with every demand she asked for. And everything that she asked for was on the ticket. So in my opinion here's where I stand on this. Don't put we always complain about being black and America's racist and black people don't get a fair handshake. And here's a man, here's a police officer, what I saw just in that video, who's doing the right thing. Guess what he's doing? He's upholding the laws. He's upholding the laws. He's doing his job. What's his job description? Public safety. And there's rules that he has to oblige by, and if you break it, you get a citation. It's not a moving violation, so it's not going to change your car insurance. It's probably $150 ticket. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's not that expensive. You understand? And I think that she has been watching the internet, and she had a great sense of entitlement. And her sense of entitlement with this woke movement, and I'm an independent black woman, and black girl magic, and Miss Independent, and she embodied all of that in this because she changed characters
fast.
The cop didn't change character. She was her hand. Listen, if my mom walked up to me like this, one hand on the hip, something's up. You know what I mean? Like, and they whenever a woman is walking straight with a hand on her hip, oh, she's about to say something. You know, and he knew what he was in for. His delivery never changed, his tone never changed, and his execution points never changed. He wasn't cool with him, man. I'm sorry, man. I got to give you a ticket, dog. He wasn't none of that. He said, you broke the law. I'm going to respect you as a human being. This ain't about you black, I'm black, you black. It ain't nothing about that. You broke the law. And I can respect people like that who says, we always want people, hey, just keep it 100. Just keep it 100 with me. Don't change, man. I don't know new friends. No new friends. He was exactly who he was supposed to be in that situation. And I think the woman is 100% wrong. And you said something that could possibly be true is he should have told the woman to sign it. He should have told her to shut the fuck up and sign the ticket, because he was like, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm about to get this ticket. It's cool. You know what I mean? This is my third date with this woman. It looked like they wasn't because he didn't say calm down. He said, don't put your hands on her. So he don't know. So he's either a friend trying to be a boyfriend, or they just on a third date or something like. It's somewhere in between. He hadn't had. It looked like he ain't had sex with her yet. You know what I mean? It looked like it was like some type of friendship comfortability there. And but I just think she's completely wrong, man. And women like that.
Women like question to Hannibal.
Huh?
She was dead wrong, Fred. See, this is what I'm saying about wives, black women not being wise. See, they're not protected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What up, my G-Cap?
I'll bring you in a second, Michael Fuller, after Hannibal get off. I already know y'all gonna disagree because it's the system. It's the system. And the black police officers been indoctrinated. I already know Mr. Fuller coming, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you get off, and then Mr. Fuller's gonna disagree with you, and then
man. I mean, you know what, man?
He said LOL. I already know he's gonna disagree with you and me, so I'm gonna let you get off, and then Michael's gonna add some fire to the show, put some flavor on it.
Yeah. You know, with me, it's not about agreements or disagreements, whatever. Just call it for what it is. This shows you how phony black people are. You know, black people are just phonies and liars. This also shows you what goes on in the black community, because she just doesn't respect black men, period. She didn't respect the man that she was with. It doesn't matter if he had sex with her or not, husband or friend. She saw that man sign that ticket. She should have did the exact same thing, and let's go about our day. That's it. If I was him, we would never talk again, because you stupid in my eyes. You a dummy. You could have got us both put in jail because
Not signing go to jail.
you want to be an arrogant asshole. You entitled for no reason. So this, it just shows what goes on in the black community. how black women feel about black men. That's all that is. And I'm not mad at it. It's just passion. That's all that is. You know, I know people gonna disagree, and I'm fine with that. But you know, at the end of the day, we gotta start demanding respect. And if they don't want to respect us, you know, you gotta ignore them. Because you see, we saw 2 videos. The video was the cop, that was his body cam. That gave us the truth. The other video was the black man.
You gotta mute up now.
This is basically, you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, you good. I was having a call with a mute up.
Oh, yeah, and the other video was the black man. He was trying to play victim. You know, so they just twisted the whole thing. It is what it is, man. It just all around, both of them stupid. The man's stupid and she's stupid. And the cop didn't do nothing wrong. So that's my take on it.
All right, let's go, Mr. Fuller. Go ahead. All you.
All right, I know you guys don't want to hear me, man.
Yeah, we do.
I know you don't. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it to you like this, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, I think when you're dealing with law enforcement, they're given the levity, you know, of course, to enforce the law. But it's 2 sides of that, right? You got the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. The letter and the spirit of the law. When you look at why they probably had a curfew on that park, it's probably because there was violence in that park. You had some rowdy young folks out there, or even old ignorant people out there doing things that were, you know, disturbing the public, or you know, some kind of violent actions or illegal actions going out there in the park, right? Well, the bottom line is you can see those 2 people. They said they were from out of town. The cop mentioned that they were out of town. Obviously, they went out there, just a couple of jitterbugs out there gang banging or selling dope. So he should have just said, okay, I understand you're from out of town. Obviously, you're not involved in any illegal activity. This is a warning. I'm letting you know that, you know, there is a curfew here in this park. If you can please leave, then we'll call it quits, you know, because the spirit of the law was being met just by telling them that, right? But he wants to give them a ticket, you know, he wants to cause some ruckus. So I don't like saying this word, but the fact is he's a house nigga. Okay, I'm talking about the cop. Okay, now.
Hey, he's a house nigga, right. And then the black man.
Okay, so here's the deal. Because when it's all said and done, what he should have did was assess the situation and said, you know what? These are law-abiding citizens. Obviously, they pay their taxes. They go to work every day. I'm going to meet the spirit of the law by letting them go with a warning and let them go on and enjoy the rest of their date night. But no, he wants to be Uncle Ruckus, right? Okay, so my first take on it, he's a straight-up house nigga. Okay, now as far as the woman was concerned, she was out of pocket, right? And he should establish with her what type of man, I'm talking about her date. He should establish with her what type of man they were dealing with, and then somehow got her to comply, because she didn't want. I mean, here's the thing, man. No matter what we say about black women that go to work in society every day, they get treated worse than black men. I'm talking about pay, respect. You know, I mean, they get black women are probably the most disrespected demographic on the planet, especially in these United States of America that we live in. It's that plain and simple. They're getting them going to work every day. They putting up with a lot of BS. You understand? So sometimes they, you know, I think the yin and yang of balance in life means they will try to compensate in other areas. We have to be cognizant of that and understand that, you know, it may take a little extra talking to them to say, hey, baby, look, this situation is that's a no-win situation. This individual is not out to give us a solid. He's not going to treat us correctly. So go ahead and sign a ticket and we'll get out of here. You know what I mean? But Obviously, he didn't have that kind of relationship with her or control over his woman, and they got into deeper water there. But she didn't deserve to be put in cuffs. Nigga, he didn't deserve to arrest her or anything like that. He should have worked that thing out, instead of, because I mean she didn't commit any crimes, I mean she didn't do anything like that. And I would dare to say that if she was a Caucasian woman with some money, he wouldn't even come close to coming with that mindset. But I could be wrong. there. But what I will say is that he should have.
Hey, Black.
But 1 second. No. Let him finish. Then we go into the caller, and then we'll go around.
Poster like that. That's not the way to do business. Because if she was actually committing a crime, right? The spirit of the law was being met by him just saying, "Hey, I know you're from out of town. You don't know the rules here. These are the rules. Could you please vacate the premises?" That's it. But nah, he want to be Uncle Ruckus, right? A straight up house nigga. Okay. And that's what I reckon. And then I don't like saying the word, but it fits.
Gotcha. We got to call it. L, go ahead, state, and then I'm gonna bring in Seymour and Birdman, and then we'll go around and respond.
Right on. Hey, Fred. Hey, everybody, man. If that brother Michael Fuller still listening, man, and for all those tuned in, I 100% agree with that brother. Everything he said was dead on the nose and exactly how I feel, man. You got to use discretion, man. As an officer of the law, you have a duty to uphold that, the principles of your position in society as an authoritative figure. And especially, homie, being Black, man, like you could see, you already knew the deal, what was happening there. It's a dude with his woman, they from out of town, they trying to get in a deserted, dark area. He probably trying to get some head or some pussy, whatever the case, homie. It was innocence, man. There was no law being broken there. He could have seen, oh man, they out of towners, man. I can see, like you deal with criminals all day long. You deal with the elements of the neighborhood all day long. You know what's what. So when you see that, you already know, man, they is not who I'm looking for, man. Let me go ahead and push and just give them a warning like, look, hey, I got a job to uphold. Y'all got to be law-abiding citizens. Y'all need to leave up out here. I'm going to give y'all a warning. Y'all go ahead and go. Because I've been in that situation before, man. I've been on top of the hill before, sleeping with a chick. We slept up. This was years, maybe about 5-6 years ago. We slept on top of the hill, Freddie, the same park we trained at. And there was a brother came up to the car. He knocked on the car. He said, hey, brother, man. He said, I already know what's going on, man. He said, but, hey, man, you can't be right here because the neighbors in the neighborhood don't like that, man. So I said, hey, man, I appreciate it, man. That's how we supposed to handle each other, especially if we in positions of power, man. He didn't have to do that lady like that, man. Yeah, she provoked the situation, which even if the man was just, just dating her, that was his woman, he should have been able to step in and say, hey, look here, hey, just sign a ticket, let's get up out of here. He should have taken an authoritative position with her, like, hey, look here, just sign a ticket so we can get out of here, because it can get ugly. It can get real ugly. You know what I mean? So she provoked it, man, but she didn't deserve that, though, man. That brother went all the way left with that, man. And like that brother,
he throwing her in cuffs and all that, man. That's no.
That's what I said.
No, you don't do that.
But
that was house nigga shit, man. That ain't cool, homie. That's not cool, because you can tell he just wants to go back to his superiors and say, yeah, look what I did. Like, he's trying to meet a quota and just trying to make it seem like he's adequate for the position, man, and just doing it to his own people for nothing. Now, if they was committing a crime, man, it was different, man. But like the brother said, the spirit of the law was being met. They have that discretion to meet the spirit of the law and use their discretion to deem the situation, plausible to let them go, man. But to inflict bodily harm on that woman like that, man, that was totally uncool, man. He needs to be met with something.
They were breaking the law, though. They were breaking the law.
Yeah, they were breaking the law, and I want to bring Seymour in. We got a lot of people in, so I'm gonna go around. Wait, no, wait, we got Seymour, and then we'll go around, and y'all can respond to everybody. Go ahead, Seymour.
I was gonna say that ignorance of the law is no excuse. So just because you don't know the law, that does not give you the excuse to break the law. So I seen you earlier this morning when you posted So I went and looked up the actual law of what was going on. So by right, if you fail to sign the citation, they have to bring you before the judge immediately. So you have to be under arrest. Now, I think I heard Brother Fuller say something about them being out of town. Now, that creates another scenario because Part B of that same law says that if someone is from out of town, then they don't have to sign it because they're not contracted with the state. So you have to understand something. He asked them for their IDs. So they had either they were lying or you could say he used excessive force. But if they were from the state, he has every right to put them in jail if you don't sign the citation because they don't know, if you're going to run off. All the citation is saying is that you don't plead to be guilty of anything. You just go before the court, That's all it was. And they did break the law if there was a curfew at the park. And I didn't see that the police did anything wrong. Matter of fact, he was very patient with her and he asked her, hey, just sign it, just sign it, just sign it. And of course, maybe she had been looking at, some YouTube videos that's here or there. But because you're ignorant of the law does not give you the excuse to break the law and then claim innocent. And then eventually, once she seen that he was serious, she was like, well, I signed it. Well, it's too late then. He done gave you every chance in the world, so it's too late then. So, hey, I don't see no foul in that. I don't see him being an Uncle Tom. He was doing his job. Just because you don't know the law doesn't mean that he's wrong. So I don't see any foul play in that.
All right, let me bring Birdman in, and Birdman, then Modern Day Alpha, and then we'll go back around and y'all can respond. And I'll just talk at the end of the show to make it easier. Go ahead. Y'all can have all the airtime. Go ahead, Birdman.
Hey, what's up, Brad?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, I thought the cop did his job. And no matter where you go, especially over here in Alabama, if that same thing was to happen, which it has happened to me before, where you're at a park that's closed after hours and you have to not be there, right? So the cop did his job, and it's just a citation, and that citation can get thrown out just that fast too. It's not like it's going to go on her criminal record or anything. And I wanted to say something to Hannibal. Hannibal, when you say that's how black people act, that's all they do. You gotta judge people individually. You can't say that's how black people act. I just didn't like the way you worded that because that's like making all of us look bad when you say that's just how black people act, man. No, that girl was ignorant, and the dude should have got a hold of his girl and just tried to calm her down. Hey, just be quiet, let the man do his job. The cop did his job. Just because you run into it with a black cop doesn't mean that he's going to risk his job to help you out. He's helping you out by just asking you to sign the citation. All you got to do is just show up for court. It's not going to be that expensive, if anything. That's all I had to say on that, Fred.
All right, appreciate it. Let me bring a Modern Day, and then we'll go around and all y'all can take y'all time and respond to everything y'all heard. Go ahead, Modern Day. Go ahead. What you got?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? My take on this, I used to be in law enforcement, and one of the brothers was saying that, black women have it so hard. And while you're saying it, it was processed through my mind. Some of the worst jobs, cafeteria work, janitorial work, some of the worst jobs are by Mexicans. So I'm gonna have to challenge you on the fact of saying black women getting it the worst, as worse than black men in today's society. I just strongly disagree. And as far as the officer was very patient. We don't know exactly what type of pressure the officer was under. He seemed to be very calm. I've had situations to where they've escalated like this. You have one part of the man, he signed it. Once he was told, you don't sign it, you're going in. And typically black women, oh no, I'm going to say something or I'm going to do something. The woman pulls out her Johnson, her rubber Johnson, and she wants to act like she's the man. And she's not the man. And this is why I say black men need to do what they need to do. Really, all men need to do what they need to do to be the power structure of their family and lead, so that the women that are being led under that spectrum, they gonna know, look, the man signed. Why you not signing? Why all of a sudden you got bigger balls than him? Oh, what's your badge number? He said it to you multiple times. When I was a cop, I said it 2 times. That's it. It's on camera. And the cop signed up to be a cop, brother. I don't know who the guy named that was defending him, saying that the cops should have just let him go. That's his job. It's the law. We didn't create the system or the government we live in, but it's up to us to learn how to beat it. Just like the Asian man learned, the Middle Eastern man learned, the white man learned, the Asian man learned. They learn how to beat the system with the rules that's put out. We got to do the same thing. Why all of a sudden we want to turn into a Keisha, but we going to attack the Karen. Oh, look at that Karen. We got Keishas. And soon as she got touched, oh, Jesus, oh, God, Jesus, help me. A shamananaya, the Lord, have mercy on my soul. My arm hurt. But if that man was sliding inside of you because you was intoxicated, guess what? Oh, it's okay. I let him. But as soon as the officer put the cuffs on you, you're in full-fledged pain instead of complying the way the man complied. That's my take on it.
Go ahead, Kyle, and then we'll go to Hannibal. We'll go all the way back around, and then we'll bring in L. Go ahead.
Oh man, the truth is so funny, man. God damn. Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, Kyle not here, so go ahead, Hannibal.
Yeah,
I got it. Let me.
It's just funny how. I mean, we look at the truth and we just want to deny it so bad, man. I mean, the dude was right. She pulled out her invisible Johnson because at the end of the day, she just don't respect black male authority. That's all it is. That's
well,
all
who does,
it is.
man?
But we want to sit up here and say, hey, black man, be cool. You know, he was just trying to get him some nookie. So, you know, just let them slide. Okay. But if I ask for you to do something, please do it. You never know. They would have probably just threw the tickets away. They wouldn't have to pay for nothing. But see, black people don't think. And this is a constant reoccurrence. So this is why I say that. It's not the first time y'all all done seen black people get out of line over something small like that. That was a super petty situation. All she had to do was sign the paper. She don't respect black male leadership. She saw that black man that she was with signed it. If she was intelligent, she would have been like, okay, I'm signing it too. Let's go. Let's go somewhere else so we can have sex or do whatever we doing. No, she wanted to sit up here and get sassy. I'm entitled. You can't tell me what the fuck to do. That's all that was.
Yep.
But you know what? This is YouTube. That's why I like this, and this is documented. And whoever's saying stupid shit, this is going to stick forever. So I don't really care about people's disagreements, man. And then all y'all basically saying, hey, black man, continue to be the black woman's bitch. Let her disrespect you. And
Rose up.
Will murder. That's all people saying. And I'm hearing it right now. So I'm going to fall back.
You said all people.
Go ahead, Michael.
I didn't even hear what he said. He said that's all people were saying. I had no idea. What did he mean? What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
Basically, what I'm saying is because she's a black woman, she can do what the fuck she want to do, and you're not supposed to challenge her. That's what you basically said. If that man asks her to sign the ticket so she can go about her business,
just sign it.
Go about your business. Why the fuck is you sitting here asking for my number and challenging me? I'm trying to make sure you get home. Why she didn't follow the lead of the man that she was with? It's because she don't fucking respect black male authority. That's all it is.
Well, who does?
Y'all want to be cool.
So let me ask you.
And don't ask me nothing. I'm gonna fall back and listen.
You know who fault it is?
You don't want me to ask him.
Wait, guys. We'll let Michael go. Let Michael. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
You guys are funny. This is what I will say though. Too, I'll just say this. All you guys are like really, justifying the physical force that this guy used against this woman, because you say in the end she broke the law, right? She broke the law. Okay, so you guys are really committed to meeting the letter of the law, period. So So if you walk halfway across the street and because you didn't see the light and you get caught, you should go to jail or be summoned for jaywalking, whether it's intentionally or
did
not.
you pay attention how she walked up to the cop?
Just hold on. I'm talking now. Be quiet.
I saw the video. Did you? She walked
Hannibal,
up
let
to
him
the
get
cop
off.
like she had a problem.
Hannibal, let him get off. Hannibal, let him get off.
So, letter of the law. You just told me not to ask you questions, but you turn around and ask me one. Anyway, here's my point. If we're talking about the letter of the law, you guys think that, yeah, she should have been arrested. The dude should have manhandled her like he did. Even when she said she would recant her statement and said she would sign it, he continued to exert physical force against her. You guys agree with all of that. So let me ask you a question. They just found the co-conspirator to the murder of Emmett Till, Carolyn Bryant, right? Found a warrant for a lot. That's her name, isn't it? Did I get her name correct?
Carolyn Bryant, yeah.
That's her name.
Okay. They found the warrant. They found the warrant for her arrest. Okay. A grand jury just said today, even though there was a warrant for her arrest, right? They weren't going to serve it. How you feel about that? Now let me hear you talk. How do Hannibal and modern day Alpha and some more Brown? How you guys feel about that? How you feel about the fact that this murderer, this co-conspirator to murder, right, has a warrant for her arrest, right? You talk about letter of the law, so we'll talk letter of the law here. And the woman in that park got treated worse than a co-conspirator to murder. How you feel about that, modern day Alpha?
Hey, can I go, Fred?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't care about no Emmett Till, but whatever. Virtue sick.
Okay, there you go. That sums it all up. And the fact that modern day Alpha is laughing about that, he thinks it's funny. Okay, he thinks that's funny.
You ready for me to go?
Hey, Michael Fuller. Hey,
I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You thought that was funny.
Michael
So
Fuller.
Everything that you say from here on out don't mean a damn
I know
thing.
about the story about Emmett Till.
Michael. Hey, Michael, I always agree the majority of the time with everything you say because, I mean, you always make sense. But, like, right now, it's totally different. I think that lady should have went to the lady that got arrested. She did that to herself, basically, because she was getting close to getting a disorderly conduct for just by going off. With the Emmett Till situation, I don't care how old that lady is. She caused a man to get murdered. I do think she should go ahead and serve the rest of her life in jail because, I don't think there should be no statute of limitations on murder. She helped get that guy killed. But it's just totally two different things. But I always agree with you for this situation. Just because that lady's black and that cop's black doesn't mean he has to show favoritism. He was actually being decent and did a good job. He has to protect himself to get home. He's trying to make sure she gets home so he don't have to do anything, out the way. I don't want to see another black person get killed.
My point is this: he did meet the letter of the law. I can't sit and say, oh no, he went against the law, he broke the law. No, he didn't do that. I'm talking about the cop. But I'm saying the spirit of the law, you got to look at folks and look at the whole scenario. Those were law-abiding citizens, man. Hold on, those were law-abiding citizens.
Did you look at her spirit when she walked up to the cop?
They wasn't law-abiding citizens.
Hold up, Hannibal.
Hannibal. You just said you didn't give a damn about Emmett Till and Emmett Till's murder.
I said y'all didn't give a damn about Emmett Till.
And modern day Alpha laughed about that.
Did you watch the video when she walked up to that cop? She walked up to the cop like she was about to handle her business.
Hey, here's the deal.
So you want to sit up here and talk about the spirit of the law, and her spirit was like this: "Hey, cop, I'm about to give you the business." And then when he said, "Hey, you know what? Since you don't want to,"
this conversation's over. I don't even care what you got to say, dude. You can talk from now until the end of eternity. You and modern day Alpha. You just said
Michael, you seem very sensitive, man.
You didn't say you said anything. You didn't care anything about Emmett Till's death. And modern
I
day
did not
Alpha
say that.
laughed.
Michael, you sound very sensitive, man.
Okay, so here's the
I'm
deal.
gonna say this.
Both of you guys are
I'm gonna
clowns.
say this. When I
You're
read
straight
about
up
Michael, get off the chat then, Michael, since you're that sensitive.
Hold on, let me say this. Let me say this. When I read about Emmett Till and the two guys that got off on the murder, the reason why they said this is what was documented. The reason why they said they killed Emmett Till because Emmett Till didn't back down while they was whooping his ass. This is what these two white guys said that murdered him. I respect that more because Emmett Till was in the worst position, and he still did not
There's
back
no
down.
coming back from what you said, dude. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. You can explain all you want to. You can explain all you want to. You can explain all you want to, and ain't no coming back from that. It ain't no coming back from that. And at modern day Alpha, there's no coming back from you laughing.
Say, man, I haven't explained myself. You keep on saying my name. I haven't even explained myself, Michael.
I'll let
Michael.
you explain. We got a lot of people, man, that want to get off. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, yeah, man, it's a great discussion, man. You know, as long as we can continue to do it respectfully, man, we'll make some progress as a people, man. But again, man, you know, I ain't taking no shots at nobody, but I'm gonna salute the brother Fuller, man. Hey, I 100% agree with that again, man. What he said about you know, the woman she didn't break no law, man, as far as, you know, the excessive force that was committed against her, it was unnecessary, man. Like, we have to learn, like, yes, the police officer, he had every right to, you know, enforce the law. He had every right to enforce the law. But the way in which he enforced it was excessive and it was unnecessary. So, like, again, man, you got to use discretion. I'll speak like this, man. I have a very, very passionate, when it comes to talking about how to deal with police, I'm very passionate about it because I've had many run-ins with the police, man. You know, just to let everybody know, man, I'm from Compton, man. You know, I had growing up in a gang-infested area, man, being black, man, I had a lot of run-ins and I had a lot of experiences, man. I've been to jail for assaulting the cop. I've been into it with the cop. We had standoffs, homie. I had guns pointed at me, man. Thank Jehovah God in heaven, I never got gunned down because many times I could have been gunned down. But I'm gonna tell you, like, I have a way in which I deal with with police. I practice avoidance by all costs, man, because you don't have to be wrong to get gunned down. You can be totally in the right, and it could be a trigger happy officer who then just dealt with some other asshole and now he gunned you down. So this is how I deal with him, man. When I get pulled over, I put my hands out the window. Right then and there, I show him I'm not a threat. When I was younger, I used to have a kind of a hard head and I used to be kind of a tough guy, you know, mentally, because I felt like you don't need to fuck with me, man. But I didn't have guns drawn down on me, homie. I didn't been locked up, and it made me think like I gotta start using my intellect on these motherfuckers, man. I gotta start being smart on these dudes. So, you know, when we that woman, she provoked the cop, man, but he didn't have to do that, man. It was excessive, and like the brother Fuller mentioned, if we gonna talk about the spirit of the law now, why you ain't going at it? Like he said, that lady was treated way worse than what a co-conspirator to murder was, man. You gotta, as black people, we gotta understand, man. We live in a system that's pitted against us. Now we do have avenues where we can win, but we have to be a collective unit to win. We have to be a collective unit to win. We can't do things that's gonna go against the good for the greater the portion of people. The assholes we got to get rid of and we got to check them, homie. But we in the system that's pitted against us, so we have to understand that we have to deal with this with intellect, man. We can't fight these people on their grounds with their laws because their laws ain't for us. You know, so we have to learn how to challenge these people because I work with some white niggas. I know some white niggas like that act just like us. And because they white, they can challenge white people. We always know where white people go wrong as blacks. But white people ain't going to change what they do. Whitey address it. When whitey address it, they change it. You understand what I'm saying? Because white people know how to challenge white people. We have to be brave enough, and even when we're in positions of power that was delegated by them to put us in position of, we have to challenge the injustices against us. But I'm gonna just let y'all, let y'all brothers soak on that. I appreciate everybody, man. I'm gonna listen in a little bit more, man. But I agree with that brother Michael Fuller, man, 100%, man. He got the right outlook on it, man. And I'm not knocking nobody else. And us having these type of conversations, man, is good for us as a people, man. But carry on, brothers. Thank you.
All right,
brother.
we got modern day alpha, and then we'll bring in Champion Heart, and we'll bring Seymour back in.
Let me say one thing, Fred, before you do that.
Sure.
They wasn't law-abiding citizens because they broke the law. But carry on.
They were not law-abiding citizens because they broke the law. Brother Michael, I understand the type of energy you coming with. You didn't even ask me what I was laughing at. You don't know what's going on in my home where I'm sitting at right now. You don't know. And like I said, you seem kind of, I'm not going to use that. I don't want to start an argument, but you didn't ask. But getting back to the point, there's a law for a reason. Like the brother that just got off said, this is the system. It's up to us to learn how to manipulate the system by following the rules the same way white folks do. They learn how to manipulate the system, follow rules. As far as the black woman, our black women do not respect black men. That has a lot to do with black men allowing black women to disrespect us and get away with it. Why is it like that? Because a lot of us black men will be comfortable working a job paying them $20 an hour. The average black man makes $43,000 a year. I understand other races, Hispanic culture, they can stand at Home Depot and a woman still cook their dinner and submit to them. But we're not talking about everybody else. We're talking about us. We can compare it to Emmett Till. Every case is different when it comes to law enforcement. Again, I was a cop. Every case is different. The climate is even written in the report. Was it raining? Were you on concrete? All of these things play a major factor in the intensity level, the emotion level of the officer. And that guy was extremely calm. The black lady should have submitted to her boyfriend, whoever the guy was. If he signed, you sign. Because like I said, if he went to the bar, took a shot, she would have took a shot. But she took it as, oh, since you're not gonna stand up to the cop, I'm gonna stand up to the cop. There's a problem. Because other women in other nationalities, Asians, whites, Mexicans, Hispanics, Middle Easterns, their women submit to their men. If they men go left, they go left.
That ain't true. That ain't always true.
Well, no, none of this is 100%. But if we go to percentiles,
I know a lot
we
of,
at the bottom of it.
Asian dudes, listen, a lot of Asian dudes be getting yelled at, punched on, slapped up, like all. Listen. People be like, oh, the Asian ones, they submit. Nah, they don't be submitting like that.
Well, I'll say this, Kyle. I'm not meaning 100%. We're meaning in numbers. Black folks are at the bottom, and then there's white folks right after us. I'm talking about in mass numbers. But you're right. They got white trash, like they got black trash and Mexican trash and Middle Eastern trash, and they have it. But we at the bottom of the spectrum when it comes to receiving respect from our women, because a lot of us men, us black men, we perform in a lackluster fashion, but expect our women to bow down. We don't take care of our kids and show up to the games and teach our son why is he having an erection, or why are they picking on him in school. We don't explain these things to our kids and step up and be men. Then our women don't see it. So our women like, for what? Oh, you gonna play PlayStation all day, so the woman got to work 2 jobs. And then we wonder when a situation like this happened, while we drunk and my baby in a good mood, cop pull up. You know what? I'm going to handle it because you don't handle nothing anyways. Then we had these situations.
All right, we're going to go Champion Heart, and then we're going to go back Seymour. Go ahead, champ.
Hey, what's up, brothers? Y'all hear me?
Barely, but go ahead.
Yeah, I got a lot of noise, man. Can you hear me?
I can't get like this overnight because normally I keep going.
Hey, go ahead, Modern Day. You got to mute yourself, Modern Day.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you say?
No, you got to be. Go ahead, champ. We'll do our best. I'll tell you if we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I get what everybody is saying. I mean, I agree with what Mike Fuller is saying. You know, that brother, you know, he always makes a lot of sense. I agree with what L said. You know, I've been in that situation before. And when that happens, you know, in my case, you know, the cop just let me go. He didn't give me no ticket. You know what I'm saying? He didn't rough anybody up. He just let us go. He just said, hey, you know, y'all can't be at the park at this time of the hour. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool, thanks. We rolled out. You know, I agree with what Kyle was saying about the brother. He should have chilled her out. You know, when he saw that she wasn't going to sign a ticket, the officer had already explained to him if they didn't sign the ticket,
He explained to her too. He told her too.
arrest. Well, he said to her, I've already explained to him if the ticket's not signed, you'll be arrested. The brother should have, her boyfriend or whoever the dude was, you know what I'm saying, he should have reiterated that to her to make her understand. If you don't sign a ticket, you know, he can arrest you. People don't understand that signing the ticket is not an admission of guilt. It's just saying that you will appear in
Modern day, you gotta mute your mic, bro.
Can you hear me?
No, I was telling Modern Day got to mute his mic. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it's just saying it's not an admission of guilt. It's just saying that you are going to appear in court. But there's also a part in that ticket that says if you don't sign it, that legally that the officer can't arrest you. You know, so for her to say that she didn't have to sign the ticket, you know, the brother that she was with should have explained to her what the repercussions of her not signing that ticket would be. I didn't, you know, I agree with what Mike is saying. I didn't agree with him roughing her up like that, but at the same time, you know, her energy, you know, was as if she was testing his authority. That's why I agree with what Kyle was saying. The brother should have chilled her out.
Right. We're gonna go Seymour. Go ahead, Seymour. I appreciate y'all coming on tonight too. Thank you. Go ahead.
I was going to say that if you notice, she asked him, she said, what's your name? She asked him for his first and last name, and she asked him for his badge number, which what she was trying to do was intimidate him. What happened was she overplayed her hand. Here again, she's been looking at the internet, you know what I'm saying? She's been seeing, but she did not know the law. She was ignorant of the law. And like people keep saying that they were from out of town. I'm pretty sure the police officer wouldn't have threatened her with jail because you're again part B of that same law is if you're from out of state, even if you refuse to sign it because you don't have a contract with the state of Georgia and you're not licensed in Georgia, then you can't be arrested. You won't be arrested. This is only for people who are contracted or licensed within that state or have IDs within that state. That's who that applies to. So more likely she was, or they did have licenses or IDs within that state. And it was just a miscalculation. She overplayed her hand, being aggressive, and that's what happened. You know, I don't think he was real rough with her, to be honest with you. He didn't throw on the ground. He didn't slam her arm
he threw on the ground.
Back. Well, I didn't see that part. I didn't see him throw on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, from the other angle.
As soon as he touched her, she said, "Oh, you're hurting me." Man,
now I heard her say that.
As soon as he touched her, "Oh, you're hurting me." Man,
yep, I heard her say that.
Listen, I deal with that shit at work all the time, bro.
Yep.
Oh, you're hurting me. I barely even touched you.
But
hey,
you know,
and he gave her a hell of a chance just to put her hands behind her back. He told her like 8 times to put your hands behind your back.
And he put the taser away.
Now, I've had incidents here in Texas where I've been taken to jail, but got kicked out because I did know the law. You know, so I had to report judges and police officers. So now I don't even get harassed no more, you know, thankfully. But it's the difference between knowing, and that's another thing, our people don't know the law. We don't know. We know a lot of stuff that's irrelevant to our everyday life. In our everyday life, especially being in this country, It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, or whatever. You know, you need to know the law. You need to know things around you that affect your everyday life. You need to know those things. You know, we know all a bunch of bullshit, but the things that we need to know, we don't know or don't want to know until we're faced with that. We're more reactive than being proactive. So
Right.
that's all I want to say.
Right. We
So
got
let me
Blu-ray coming
ask you.
in, and then we'll go back
Was
around
it
again. We got Blu-ray, and then we'll go back around and start with everybody else. We'll start from the top. What's up, Blu-ray?
What's up, fam? How y'all doing?
All right, what's up?
Yo, what's happening, Blue?
Hey, you got to mute
It's all
yourself,
good.
champ. I'll mute you. Go ahead.
Oh, so y'all talking about the situation in Atlanta?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like old girl, she put herself in that position because if you watch the longer version of that video, he let them know that if you don't sign a ticket, that you're going to jail in Atlanta, that specific city. If you don't sign a citation, then the officer has the discretion to actually let you go or take you to jail. And he let the man know. If y'all seen the whole video, he talked to the other guy that was with her first, and then he read the citation or whatever, and then he said, "Do I have to sign it?" He said, "You can sign it or you can go to jail." So he looked at it by a minute or two. He ended up signing it. He asked the young lady, he said, "Ma'am, can you come here?" She was being defiant from the gate because when he asked her to come here, she didn't want to come. Then she finally came over. And so I'm not sure if all y'all seen the whole video. So
Yeah,
I
we
seen
watched
the whole.
it. Yeah, we watched it. Uh-huh.
Okay, so y'all seen the whole video. So in my opinion, when he asked her, to sign it, in my opinion, I feel like she was just signing to comply. It wasn't nothing but a ticket. She could have went about her business because in that specific city, you can't be in the parks at past a certain time. So, some guys might feel like that he was too aggressive, but he asked her to put her hands behind her back. Me having past run-ins with the law, because I hadn't always been a law-abiding citizen. When the police asked me to do something, I just do it. Even when I was in the streets acting a fool, when they asked me to do something, I just did it because I already know they already got the upper hand. And then not only that, one thing I learned about the police, the only thing that they want is control over the situation. So the fact that they want control, if they don't have control, they're going to take control. So the wise thing would be to do is just to comply and, deal with the consequences after that, in my opinion. So,
right. Go ahead, Kyle, and then we'll go back around Hannibal, and then we'll go back around and.
No, he said it perfectly. But this is what I've been saying the whole time, right? The cop, he was he could have chilled out a little bit. The dude could have chilled up a little bit, and the woman, I mean, just like the worst part about the video is how tough she came at him. And she turned straight to the victim. Oh, Jesus. It's like, oh. Now you done ran up on the man, told him, go give me a badge number. Oh, I didn't hear it and all that. And as soon as he grabbed you and tell you going to jail, now, I'll sign it, Mr. Brooks. I'll sign it. I'll sign it. You should have signed it from the jump.
Right.
We signed the shit from the jump. And the dude, listen, the dude is a straight pansy. And Fred, I probably agree with you. He probably ain't get that pussy yet, so he was trying to do everything he could to get that pussy. He could have just told the broad, listen, whatever the bill is, I'll pay for it. Because
he had no power over her yet. They wasn't in a relationship because he had no power over her yet.
Yeah.
You can tell because
yeah,
I've been in a relationship for 20 something years. Because I don't talk in aggression in my house. I just say it one time and that's it. If I talk with aggression, it's going to be an immediate action by Lincoln, Kennedy, or Dre. You understand? And you can totally see by that. But I want to add something. Police officers, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Police officers with his demeanor keeps our community safe. 100% of the time. You guys gonna say, "What the hell are you talking about, Fred? Take the drug dealer to jail." Oh, man, we don't want you selling drugs on this corner. Take that drug dealer to jail. Take that pimp to jail. Take that woman beater to jail. Oh no, you can't do this while I'm about to get off in 30 minutes, man. Just take a chill, man. You understand what I'm saying? So I really, really believe if we had police officers who just abided by the law, America would be a safer place. I mean, regardless of skin color, and I know I'm speaking of a utopic type of situation, but this police officer is really a godsend to that community, and that's just the way I feel. I don't care what race that woman is. She wanted to assert control, power, and determine the situation of the whole situation. And then you and then to level down when you say he should not have acted like that. What was he supposed to do with her? Argue with her for 20 minutes? Or say, here, take the handcuffs and you put them on yourself? What's his position? The cop is in a compromised position if he extends that conversation. And then now the boyfriend or the male has to choose a position. And he's going to choose the woman's side. He's going to tell her, they're going to be talking in unison. You understand what I'm saying? And if you break the law, you don't control what police officer comes in and secures that crime. If it's a letter of the law police officer or it's a spirit of the law. I was an explorer for 4 years, and I've been on ride along with both examples of it. And I'll be honest, I would rather have a letter of the law police officer because I'm a law-abiding citizen. If I get a speeding ticket, man, just fucking give it. And obviously, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have been speeding. Shit, fuck. I'm not mad at you, officer. I'm mad at myself, man. You know what I mean? So I think the woman is wrong. And imagine, and if you guys want to play black versus white and white versus black, how come she didn't respect the black police officer? How come she didn't respect her black boyfriend? So I thought you used the term de-escalate. I thought there was no escalation by the police officer. He never changed. Hey, Mr. Male, if you don't sign it, I have to bring you in. He's like, I don't really want to go through that. And she pulled away from the police officer. Man, listen. Hannibal, go ahead, Hannibal.
Yeah, you said something that stuck out to me. And so what if, as black men, we need to be like this. So what if we didn't get a chance to lay in the bed with that woman? We have to be a man all day, every day. He should have told her, hey, come here, sign the ticket so we can go home. But he's so much of a coward. He don't believe in himself. He just keep his mouth closed and he watched the situation go down, and then he wants to pull out his phone and record things. I don't think y'all understand. The world is looking at us and they saying, damn, black man, why you just won't step up and be a man? Why every time something goes down, y'all let y'all women come to the forefront and then things go left? Hold on, because there's noise.
Hey, Fred.
Go ahead, Kyle.
This the kicker too, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably her car. So he might even if he probably wasn't that probably was his woman, but she probably run him. She probably take care of him and the whole shit. So he felt like he had no control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear all that, Kyle, and I'm not disagreeing with you. The thing is, you have to be a man no matter what. Maybe she would have respected him for stepping up and being a leader and showing that he has good leadership skills. I don't want to hear the excuse about where he just trying to get the draw, so that's why he didn't say nothing. Well, if that's the case, then he's a bitch, and he does not deserve the respect that he should be getting as a man. We got to stop with this, man. Seriously, this is sad when we sit up here and come up with these excuses on why black men don't want to step up and be a leader, man. It doesn't matter if you really got money or that's her car or not or whatever. Be a freaking man.
Right.
Other groups of men don't go through this shit. We the only ones that sit up here and accept this shit.
But that's not true, bro. That's not true. I just told you.
In large numbers.
That ain't true though.
Kyle, let's be honest. Let's be honest, man. And I'm not.
Let me give it to you like this. Let me give it to you like this. Let me give you the difference though. Let me give you the difference though.
Yeah.
See, ours is out in the forefront. Ours is able to be seen at a high clip. They're not showing that they're not showing you though. But I work in the hospital. I deal with all type of races. Them Asian women, they run their men, dog. They run them like crazy.
No, and I agree with you. But I'm just saying on a large scale in all the black communities, this is facts. The black women, they run the community, bro. Let's just be 100
but that's
about
because
this.
Listen, no, but that's not like a listen. Let's keep it 1,000, right? And Michael Fuller's gonna agree with me on this 110%, and me and him don't never agree. So this is the thing. The reason why that is how it is because most of the men in Fred's generation, I always say that Fred's generation around like his that age group, they were selfish, self-centered, and didn't give a fuck about the community, and that's what happened. You know what I mean?
And you know what? And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I could take it back even further because it actually comes from the baby boomers. But I don't like to play the generational thing. But the only thing I'm saying is
I do because that's what it came down to. Because before that, black man go to church, a black woman follow. Black man stay at home, watch football, wife cook. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it used to be. That's a fact. My great grandpa. Huh? You said what?
Yeah, it's false on both parties, the man and the woman. But at this point, since we know what's going on, it's no more excuses on why black men just don't want to step up and say, I'm a man, black woman, please fall back and let me take care of this stuff. We shouldn't sit up here and be so shallow and have this low self-esteem to the point where we sit up here and be like, well, I'm not making $100,000, so I cannot call no shots. I can't be a man. That's what I'm getting at.
Right, let me bring Deacon in.
And go ahead, for my bad.
All right, I'll bring Deacon in. Go ahead, Deacon.
His mic's muted.
Deacon, you're muted. Deacon. He muted it. So
hey, Fred, could I go ahead and say something?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll pull him back out then. Go ahead.
I say like this. You got to think. Atlanta, Georgia just had, I think they had some shootings in the park where a little kid got killed and a couple people got shot and injured, right? So all these parks might be on high alert, but you also got to think about the two. Look at the temperature of what we're dealing in the 2000s where, you know, cops are killing people. That lady should have known to be calm. It's a park. You're not going to get no big old ticket. Just make it home. And if they were about to get together, all that shit went out the window. Dude should have made sure, you know, calm the lady down. Hey, we got to get home. We can handle this somewhere else. We deal with this lady. Let's just get home, man. And that's all I think should have happened.
Hey, Fred.
Can I say something, Fred?
Yeah, sure.
Let me say this. Now, let's just say what if, because now we're getting on the brother for sort of keeping his cool. Let's just say what if he turns the young man that didn't say nothing hard. He said, hey, you know, you need to be quiet, or he starts getting on this young lady. Now the officer, he may feel like he's losing control. Now he's going to turn. Who is he going to turn his aggression towards at that point? The black male. He's going to turn his aggression because he's another man. You see what I'm saying? So he's not a punk for not saying anything. You know what I'm saying? Cause who gonna get killed out of this situation if it really gets out of hand? You think the officer gonna kill her or he gonna kill him? You see, so we in a no-win situation. You're a punk if you don't say nothing, or if you do say something and get killed, now you're a dumbass nigga because you don't went out there and got yourself killed. You see, so I think he did what he needed to do to keep himself safe. I think he did what he needed to do. You know, you might disagree with it because she is the one that got out of control. She is the one that started.
But they were both safe. All he wanted them to do is just sign the citation. How can you? How dangerous is a citation?
Hold wait, listen. He signed the citation. She the one got aggressive, right? Now let's just say he turned to her, hey, won't you just sign this ticket and let us go? And then he gets irate, and next thing you know, who the officer gonna turn his attention to at that point?
I don't think the officer would have turned his attention on him. If that was a white officer, and what we traditionally see on the
media,
it
wasn't a white officer. Leave a white officer out. It wasn't a white officer.
Okay, we'll leave the white officer out. We'll leave the white officer out. But I'll say it like this. Any other officer, that woman was approaching the officer with the ticket. She turned around to go to her car. Any cop, and again, I used to be a cop, that's a no-no. You grab her, stop her. You don't know what she's going to the car to get. If that man would have told her, if the boyfriend or whatever would have told her to stop,
Right. That's what I was like. Why did he let her go back to the car in an open carry state? I was thinking that. I was like, what is he? But it continued. Go ahead.
So that's just another thing that I was waiting for everybody to get their word out. Like this officer, in my opinion, ignorantly saying without hearing everything or seeing everything, I could say, man, the dude was looking out. He let this woman go to her car, come back with a phone. He could have detained both of them immediately because he was by himself. Immediately. He allowed the brother to get close up to him. That's also happening. Hey, brother, stand right there. I need you to get on down. Let me handcuff you. I'm just going to detain you till we're done with this. Okay, you're not under arrest. It's a lot of steps that the officer did not do to on my opinion, he kept everything quite smooth. He didn't really go overboard. As a man, I got pulled over, I want to say last year, and my girl's in the car, and I told her, hey, you be quiet, you chill. I got out the car, I went to jail, told her to call my dad. We have that power. The cop not going to look at you and say, hey, you shut up too. No, he's going to look at you like you're trying to assist, as long as you're not getting physical. But I think the brother could have said, hey, just sign the paper so we can go. I think he could have at least done that at the bare minimum.
But look at her demeanor and look at how she was acting.
She was aggressive from the get-go.
She was aggressive, and it could have escalated even if he would have attempted to do that. So we can't say that he's a bitch ass or he did.
Yeah, I ain't say all that.
He was cool. He was cool. He did what he was supposed to do. He signed it. He didn't.
He shouldn't have pulled the camera out like a broad, though, in my opinion.
Well, I mean,
if you did that, you could have said something first.
Okay, I agree with you with that. I agree. I mean, if that's what you want to say, cool. That's cool. And see, but the thing is, had it went another way, and that brother would have ended up getting himself killed, you know what we all would have been saying? That's a dumbass nigga. He shouldn't even said nothing. And if you say, and y'all would be lying if that would have happened, we would have said that.
Let me say this. In the words of the great philosopher, Sean Anderson, aka Big Sean, control your hoes.
Yeah.
You let her talk to you crazy. You ain't got a baby mama. You got all this drama, man.
Hey Deacon, if you want to beam back in, you was on mute when I pulled you up. So if beam back in, you're more than welcome. Go ahead. Anybody else want to chime in?
Got baby mama drama. You ain't got no baby.
Blu-ray, you want to chime in?
Nah, I totally agree with what everybody's saying, man. All that whole situation could have been avoided, period, man. And then, she asked for the badge number. The guy gave her the badge number twice and his name 2 times. Twice. So, she tried to play victim. She tried it, but, they released the body cam footage, and that told the whole truth about the whole entire situation. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of prejudged the situation when I seen the short clip, but when I seen the body cam footage, I said, oh, man, she playing victim. She was out of pocket for that.
Yeah, the black victim. We got Deacon.
That's just like I recently got pulled over by the police, right? And, and I stay in Texas, and, we carry guns all day, every day. And I recently got pulled over, and it was a white cop. It was just me and him, wasn't nobody else around. And it was in a dark area. I got pulled over. I said, hey, I got my weapon on me. He said, you got your weapon on you? I said, yes. He said, let me pull you out the car to separate you from your weapon. I said, cool. I got out the car. He didn't even touch my weapon. He just said, hey, he let me know what was going on. I said, cool. All right, do what you got to do. He did what he had to do. I went home without a citation. I believe in compliance. I don't know why people try to play tough with the police. Anytime the police does not have control of the situation, they're going to take control. Period.
That's their job to take control of the situation because they're supposed to govern the law in that situation. We got Deacon coming in. Go ahead, Deacon.
What's good, man? Salute to Champion Heart, Mike, Birdman, Blu-ray, and Kyle. I see you waving. You need a flag, baby. Say salute to everybody. Yeah, man. Fred, I'm listening to this, and I've had many encounters with the police, bruh, and it varies how I respond. It depends on the matter at hand, on how I respond on a particular stop. If I'm right about something and I know this cop right, and I know my rights, he gonna get some pushback. And 9 out of 10, they're gonna call hella backup, but it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I get my point across, and usually I can leave without a ticket. It's just a group session going on for about 30 minutes. I even had one cop to tell me, we're gonna make you late today. Because they know they was wrong, but they just wanted to make me late today. But with this young lady, I want to ask a question. Was she the driver of this vehicle?
I don't think so, because she was on the passenger side of the car when she went back in. So I would say no.
So she had no business being ticketed.
Not a driving citation.
She's not the driver of the car. Why is she being ticketed?
Because two people.
Because they were out in the park.
They were park, so they both broke the law. It's not a driving citation.
Okay, so I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to get the facts. I seen the video. I sent it to everyone, but I seen the short version. I hear there's a longer version out there. I haven't seen that one. I wanted more information. Huh?
That's a good question, because were they standing outside of the car when he pulled up, or were they in the car?
Right. Facts.
But when you're at a park, both parties, regardless if you drove the car or not, you're going to get a citation, especially being after curfew, because after curfew is a law.
Well, when a situation like that, that is something so mediocre. Most cops will just tell you to go home, leave the park. They don't actually ticket you. They have a saying: if you run into an asshole cop, they'll do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So this cop don't get a pat on the back from me. He lined up with one of those asshole cops, because he could have simply just told those people, leave the park. It's after hours. It's, the park is closed, or what have you. If he really didn't come to bring no pain. If he, you know what I'm saying? He, again, just an asshole cop. And I say this because when we have people denigrating and pointing fingers and smashing and bashing, and one thing you did say, Fred, that makes sense to me, because I agree with that. When you're in a relationship for a certain period of time, you have a chemistry with your partner. You respond to certain, not commands, but you respond to each other in a certain way. If I say, hey, look, we're gonna chill on this one. You know what I'm saying? My wife is she ain't finna make the situation bad. 9 out of 10, she's trying to make sure I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? She don't want me going to jail. She don't want me going off. Her whole thing is watching them, watching me, making sure I'm cool. Right? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Making sure she good, but I definitely got my eyes on them. And knowing I got my wife with me, I got to chill this shit all the way out, because if it go left and that woman get hurt, yeah, I can whack some of them. But if they kill my wife, I can't bring her back. So I got to think about all that. I got to get her home safe. I can do this shit another time. You feel me? But I just wished that sister would have complied. But guess what? I can't even point my fingers at her because I did the exact same thing and went to jail one day. I was in my 67 Cutlass, Pontiac Granville with the top down. I was feeling myself. I had a joint of weed on me. They pulled me, asking me to sign a ticket for speeding, which I was not speeding. But I'm sitting there trying to go back and forth with him, arguing. He said, look, I'm going to ask you one more time to sign the ticket. I say, well, I'm trying to justify why I shouldn't. He say, put your hands behind your back, sir. Off the jail I go. Now my partner got to drive the vert back home. You know what I'm saying? I've been on all these sides. I know how I feel. I know, and I felt for the sister, even though it may appear that she might have been wrong or what have you. I still think that the brother should have handled it a different way, especially knowing the climate of what's going on with us as people with the police, brother. You just should have simply told them people, leave the park, bruh. That's all. I guarantee you they would have left the park. But when I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes when you're dealing with a traumatized people, not all of us are traumatized, but when you're running into somebody who may be traumatized with these type of situations, had you gave them the option to leave, I believe they would have left. But when you put the option, hey, sign the ticket or go to jail, now you made it a hostile environment. Now she feel that she must stand up if she's never stood up to a cop before. Because guess what? This cop is black. He ain't going to do this to me. I can at least talk some shit to him and it's going to be all right. In her mind for a second, she felt that because she seen someone look like her brother, her father, her uncle, it would be all right, but it was not okay. Because I've learned when they put on that suit, they all the same color, bro. They're all the same color. So treat them as such. What you say, family?
I was saying he was definitely a house. You got that right.
That's right. You know what I mean?
So he was a house nigga because he wanted her to sign the ticket.
Listen to what I'm saying, family. I've been out here long enough to know that there's different labels to these cops, bro. Listen, we sat down and named these sapsuckers off their characters. We got one cop that come around, the jitterbugs. You know what they named him? Watch a nigga. Because all he do every day is sit down and watch a nigga. So they named him Watch a Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just he just come on the block, want to shut everything down. He don't have to do nothing but just sit there. And these boys, some of these kids are intimidated by it because he's so quick to call backup and cause a ruckus for no damn reason. You know what I'm saying? But if you start, listen, when I was coming up, like I said, bro, even when I was 14 years old, they had after school jobs for kids. They had so many things for kids. The kids ain't got nothing to do with stand on street corners these days. Everything that would help them progress has been stripped and taken away because the only thing that they want to offer them is jail, penitentiary, or the graveyard. Nothing to help them build and learn how to be workers and builders and people who know how to save money and create wealth. And no, they don't want that. They want prison or death. So when I see the kid, like I said, I see them on the corners. I don't shame them. I don't talk down on them. When I post up, I know they coming and I'm going to give them some good game. Right? And if I got a little change in my pocket again, I'm going to give it to them because I know how it is. I know how it is. And they ain't just going to accept the money if they don't need it. And I know the ones who need it because I know their parents most likely. I know if they're going through. I know the community that I'm in. So I'm going to make sure you're good. When I show up, I'm going to make sure you're good. If I open my mouth, if I ain't got nothing good to say, I keep it closed. But I'm pretty long-winded, so if you come, I'm gonna got some good game for you, and I'm gonna make sure I can put a little change in your pocket, man. And listen, man, if I can do that, I ain't got to worry about you going to steal nothing to put some change in your pocket. I ain't worrying about you doing something wrong to put a little change in your pocket. Here you go, bro. You feel me? It don't hurt me to do that because I know that situation. I came from that shit.
Anyone want to respond to Deacon?
Yeah, let me respond here.
Go ahead.
Always, always something to learn from everyone that talks on the panel. Deacon's definitely one of the guys we learn a lot from. But what I'm upset about, what disappoints me, what I'm hearing is that, a lot of you guys talk about how you think this cop was 100% right. And I agree that when you talk about the letter of the law, he followed the letter of the law. But I think he missed the spirit of the law, because that law is meant to keep people safe from folks who are doing illegal activities in those parks. It was obvious that those two people, to me, they were law-abiding citizens. I mean, looked like they were middle class folks who weren't out there, selling drugs, or they just didn't look like the type of people that would be getting into trouble and breaking the law just for the sake of it. You add to that they were out of town, so they may not even known that it was a curfew in the park. That just could have been handled a lot differently. From the onset, when he walked up on him, he could have said, just like Deacon was saying, hey, there's a curfew in this park. I understand you from out of town. Could you please leave? Right? And then when it escalated and the woman realized that, she was feeling herself a little bit too much, and she said, okay, I'll sign the ticket. Then he could even ramped it down then and said, okay, you're going to sign the ticket? Okay, I'm going to let you sign the ticket, and then you need to leave. But I also want to warn you that you don't want to put yourself in this position again. If an officer asks you to do something, comply with those requests. Something like that. But the way he treated that woman, that was not right.
That's not how.
Hold on a minute. Let me finish.
Okay.
So this is what.
But you're saying something happened.
Go ahead.
No. I don't. I'm just saying the way you're proposing what happened didn't happen that way.
No, he's not saying a situation happened a certain way. He's saying how it should have been handled.
I'm saying how it should have happened.
Not true. He mentioned that she agreed to sign a ticket and she did not.
No. You wasn't listening, brother. You wasn't listening to this, man.
I was listening to the
You
brother.
couldn't have been listening to him, brother,
Deacon,
if you responded like that.
This again, Deacon, please. Like, come on. I'm talking to Mr. Fuller.
What I'm saying is that once it escalated to the point where he said he was going to put her on arrest, and then she throttled back and said, I'll sign the ticket. He could have de-escalated the situation at that time and said, okay, I hear you. You're going to sign a ticket. I'm going to let you sign a ticket. Okay, but then after you sign a ticket, you guys need to vacate the premises and understand that the next time you're in an encounter a police officer, you need to comply with his request from the very beginning and then let it go. Right? Because at the end of the day,
that's exactly what he said the first time.
But here's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish. This is why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because all of you guys are supporting this man's actions are hanging your hat on that he was abiding by the letter of the law, not necessarily the spirit of the law, but the letter of the law. Okay, and I agree with you. The letter of the law, he was well within his rights to do what he did. Okay, but then when I mentioned Carol Bryant, the co-conspirator to the murder of Emmett Till, you same guys that are proponents of the letter of the law, when I said that the grand jury failed to indict her today with a warrant out for her arrest. None of you guys talked about and supported were proponents of the letter of the law at that particular time. In fact, one of the dudes said he didn't give a shit about Emmett Till, and the other one laughed about it.
Wow.
I wasn't here to hear that.
Oh my God.
I wasn't on at that time, and I think that you're conflicting two different issues.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying if you're gonna be a proponent, hold on. What I'm saying is if you're gonna be a proponent of the letter of the law, be a proponent of the letter of the law in that case too.
Michael, I agree with you on that, though.
I would dare to say this. This is what I would dare to say. I would dare to say that woman in that park got treated worse than Carol Bryant, than this woman Carol Bryant did, the co-conspirator to Emmett Smith's death. She got treated worse by the police than Carol Bryant did.
Outside the lines, though, Michael Feller. We're coloring outside the lines.
What I'm saying is when I brought up the letter of the law, right? But I brought that up and I said, okay, he was within his.
But we don't have to compare to anything, Michael. We don't have to compare to nothing. We have the evidence right before us. It's no need to compare to another case.
But what I'm saying, Fred, is in one case, you guys were irate. You guys were irate.
We're not talking about it.
We're not talking and supported the letter of the law.
Video.
Right? But in the other case, you don't give a damn.
Mr. Fuller, did you see the entire video?
I did.
You did?
I did see it.
Okay, so again, so you mean to tell me from the video that me and you we seen with our own eyes and heard with our own ears that officer wasn't meek, he wasn't disrespectful, he was very calm. He gave his badge number and his name twice.
He wasn't, without question. He was not.
Question.
You just like you said, he was well within his right to do what he did.
You can go next, Kyle.
Like you mentioned, he was well within his right to do what he did. He was within his right. The letter of the law set up. Yeah. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, brother, what I'm trying to say.
So what
I'm trying to say is that you cannot, when you're given that amount of authority, when you can use physical force or even deadly force against those who you interact with, you have to have enough wisdom and a mindset that you understand the difference between the letter and the spirit of the law, and that you impose those differences and make sure you keep everyone within that environment safe, even if it requires you to move away from the letter of the law and understand that the spirit of the law is being met, and then throttle back your actions based on that fact. Okay, and that he failed. Okay, he failed to do that from the onset.
I was gonna say I 100% agree with you, but again, based on the facts of the actual video, you know that me, you, and everybody else that's seen common sense, the man wasn't even really securing the scene the way he should have. He was very relaxed. He did just like Alpha. I forgot what his name was. He said he was an ex-police officer. He didn't even put the man in handcuffs, and it was late at night. He was calm. She escalated a situation that didn't have to escalate. That's the fact.
Blu-ray, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you know why he was calm? The same reason why she felt comfortable, because had it been a white cop, she wouldn't have never act like that.
Well, that's why she shouldn't have acted like that.
No, what I'm trying to say to you
why
is,
do we play the victim? Wait, hold on.
This ain't got nothing to do with the victim, man. I'm trying to tell you the mindset. Listen what I'm trying to say, man. The reason why she was comfortable getting to that point of what she was with the cop, because she felt like this brother would not have done what he did to her.
Why are we talking about white cop versus black?
You don't get it, man. Just like you said, Fred, you're not from the streets. You haven't dealt with situations like this, so you don't know how to respond to situations that you're not familiar with.
That has nothing to do.
It has everything to do with it, Fred.
It does not. We have to abide by the police officer that comes to the his assignment. We can't tell the cop how to do his job. He's not breaking the law. All he's doing is doing his job.
Yeah, he's meeting the letter of the law.
That's it. Why? You're questioning him because you're black.
Listen,
you're not. No. Time out. Let me finish. You're questioning his actions because you're black. You're not questioning his actions because of the law.
Okay, so Fred, this is the thing I'm saying. I'm asking Fred. Hold on. Let me ask Fred a question here. And this goes for everyone else. That energy, that same energy that you showed as a proponent of the letter of the law, why don't you have that same energy when it comes to Carolyn Bryant?
We're not talking about Carolyn Bryant.
I'm asking that, man.
Time out. I just spent $70,000 showing you what the fuck I'll do to Carolyn Bryant. You should go fucking watch the movie. I just spent $70,000. I killed that bitch. Now go watch the movie and you do this shit. I just spent $70,000. Go watch it. How about you do that?
Fred.
I got a question.
You got me. I don't.
Fuller, let me ask you a question real quick. If a cop has an encounter with a civilian, right? And it ends up arresting somebody or whatever the situation is, the context of the situation. I'm just giving an example. And they go to court. is that cop going to be held to the letter of the law or the spirit of the law?
If they go to court,
you know, when a cop arrests somebody, 9 times out of 10 they have to go to court, right?
Sure.
Okay, so when the cop is questioned, is he going to be held to the spirit of the law or the letter of the law?
It depends on the judge and jury.
No,
right?
brother. Oh, come on, man.
Hey, let me answer that for him, Mike. Can I answer that for him, Mike?
No, you answer that.
Let me answer that for you, brother. What Mike is talking about here.
No. Answer my question. No,
listen, you can't tell me how to answer, brother.
Okay, answer my question.
You can't direct me to answer the way you want me to answer.
I'm just asking you to answer the question.
And I'm finna do that, but you don't get to tell me and dictate how I answer.
Okay, brother, go ahead.
Now, what my brother Mike is trying to convey to you, if you would listen, put on your listening ears, is about community policing. There was a time where in our community we had community policing, where they would take that spirit of the law and compromise with the community for the betterment of the community. Therefore, the police is safe. The community is safe, but if you always coming in hostile, there's no safe police. The community is not safe because everybody is up in arms. Nobody trusts one another. There's no community policing. That is what it is.
The cop wasn't hostile.
Fred, this L, can I come
No, one second, we'll get to you.
No, as it pertains to the spirit of the law, where he could have made a judgment to politely ask those folks to leave the park.
I'll let you get off, Blu-ray. I'll let you get off. Let him finish.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Go ahead, Blu-ray.
Because it's a moot point, really. Because once guys like this got their minds locked in on nonsense, ain't nothing you can say to them.
Hostile. Mr. Fuller seen the video. The cop was not hostile. That kills Dick and whole argument.
No, that's you're not listening. No, I'm talking about as it pertains to the spirit of the law, right? Meaning that you have some type of judgment where you can use other, just like when I'm gonna give you an example. When the female officer pulled the taser, but it was a gun, she knew it was a gun when she was screaming taser, taser, taser. How many situations where they could have pulled a taser, where they could have did something non-lethal to apprehend a suspect? When it comes to us, we see it time after time after time. They go straight to murder, murder, murder. You got white assailants done shot up whole grocery stores, got the gun in their hand. They get arrested peacefully without any incident. The boy killed 9 in a church. He gets to go to Burger King without incident. Come on, man. So what I'm saying is, when one of us, what I'm seeing with that young lady, when she seen somebody who looked like her, she felt like she had a chance, an opportunity to speak maybe for the first time, to push back. Had that been a white cop, she wouldn't have been that comfortable to do that.
We don't know.
Deacon,
Go ahead, Blu-ray.
That's correct.
So are you saying that?
Hold on, Mr. Brown, hold on.
Wait, Seymour, we'll get you. We'll go Blu-ray, Kyle, and Seymour. I mean, Blu-ray.
Hold on. Do cops kill more black people or more white people in America?
More black.
That's not true. They kill more white people. That's a fact. Pull it up. Bet me any amount of money.
Hold on.
But Blu-ray, no disrespect. Blu-ray, no disrespect. No disrespect, but you can't go by that.
Don't do that. That's a fact.
That per capita?
Come on now.
Is that per capita?
When you deal with the numbers, right? How many is it more whites in this country than blacks, or is it more blacks? Answer my question.
More white people. That's
answer my question.
I don't care about the numbers as far as
what are we talking about here then?
Again,
what are we talking about?
White people die. That's the fact.
You contradicting yourself, brother. What are you talking about?
Pull it up.
Hey,
on one hand, you want to talk about the numbers, but then when I ask you a question, we're not talking about the numbers. Come on, man.
The fact that regardless if it's more white people,
man, you just want to be right and you can't be told shit, and that's that.
Hey, Blu-ray, more black people kill black people, but also more cops kill black people, and also more whites kill white people.
Hold on, Birdman. It is a statistical fact that more cops kill more white people than black people. That's a fact.
But who's giving you the statistics? The white people? Okay, then. They rest in my
Man,
case. I know. I'm just saying. I'm not playing the victim, but you can't go by what you see in
pull it up,
statistics.
Blu-ray. Pull up the
They're only
numbers,
going
Blu-ray.
to show you what
Pull
they
up the
want you
numbers,
to
Blu-ray.
see. But we see it every day.
No, don't not Fred. You talk. You brought it up. You pull it up.
I want Fred to
You
pull it up.
just jaw jacking. You pull it up.
I want
Quit jaw jacking and pull it up.
No,
You
I'm
just
not.
jaw jacking. Pull it up.
Hey,
Don't be
Blu-ray, I'm
just
not
throwing shit out
disagreeing
there.
with you,
Pull
but
it
I'm
up.
just saying they're going to
If
show
you
you
ain't
what
got
they
no
want you
receipts,
to see.
Blu-ray, quit saying stuff, man.
Fred can pull it up. So
No, Fred ain't say it. You said it. You pull
you're
it
not
up.
gonna believe nothing.
No, you pull it
So
up.
Fred, I can't pull it up on the screen, Dick.
Well, then quit talking about it then.
Now you quit talking about it because you speaking a whole bunch of gibberish.
Man, come on, man. You out here just jaw jacking, man. You ain't. Come on, man. You want to be? Come on, man. Cut the shit, man.
I want to be what?
Come on, man. You want to be heard,
Blu-ray,
and,
but
and
I'm
you just want trying to
I'm
make
ready to pay, and I'm famous. What else do I want to be?
you famous.
That's a fact.
Well,
Come on, y'all, let's get back on topic.
God bless you. That's all I
What
can
I'm
say.
trying to say,
God
Blu-ray,
bless you.
Blu-ray,
God bless you.
Blu-ray.
You
What I'm
real
trying to
famous
say
motherfucker. God bless you.
Blu-ray statistics say
Wow.
one thing, but what
Really?
we're watching every day out in the streets shows
Wow.
another. So how can the
How
statistics be
lame
right?
is that, bro?
Well, you
I
have to
think
look
that the
at
key to
rate
that statistic is
versus
per
200.
capita, right?
Wow.
Per capita. If you look at, we only make up 13% of the nation's population. We make up
Come on.
13%.
You feel me?
Right. So per capita, that may be a correct statistic, but as a whole, that may be a correct statistic, but it may not be correct per capita. I think per capita, more black people get killed by police than whites.
Facts.
Mr. Fuller, again.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Fuller.
Pull it up. Don't go to talking. Pull it up.
I'm talking to Mr. Fuller.
I know,
Pull it up.
I know everybody's passionate about this.
Talking to Mr. Fuller.
Pull it up.
Say something.
Pull it up.
If you say per capita and then you
pull
say
it up,
that doesn't even make sense because
no, what I'm saying is that if you take
that cops kill more white people, that's the fact, Mr. Fuller, regardless if it's per capita or not.
What I'm saying is that you can't, if you got, I don't know what's the percentage, 52, 53%
crazy
of the people in the United States are white, at least 55%, right? I don't know exactly. Somewhere in the 50s, right? So probably low 60s. We only make up 13%. So just by sheer numbers, there's going to be more whites that get killed by cops than blacks. But if you look at per capita, then it's the reverse of the statistic. The statistic is reversed.
I don't have an issue with what you're saying, but only thing that I'm saying is that when we try to play the race card, which is, I'm just that white people still get, it's a statistical fact that white people get killed more by cops than blacks. That's all I'm saying. I'm not arguing.
So when you say,
you could
when
be
you
right.
say race card,
but I'm speaking overall because
when you
black people act like it doesn't happen to white people, and I'm just being honest with you. I'm not even taking up for white people. I'm just speaking facts.
Okay, so every time you come on this panel, bro, you come on this panel and shit on black people. That's what you do. And you got a habit of doing that. Every time you show up on this platform, you shitting on black people and hollering about you famous, man. Kick rocks, man.
You don't help more black people than me.
You don't know what I do, nigga.
You don't support more homes.
You don't listen, man.
Bro, don't play
listen, bro. You've been up here. Every time you come on the platform, you got the same broke record.
What are you doing for the community?
You doing the same thing, bro, every time you show up, bro.
You just over talking like you always do.
Everything, bro, every time you come on this platform, you shitting on black people. You got a habit of doing that, bro. And I wonder what your problem is with black folks.
Exactly.
What is your problem with black folks?
See what I do. That's a fact.
Bro, I don't want to know what you do because all I see is what you get up here and do, shitting on black folks constantly.
How is that?
Bro, I never seen you come on this platform and never shit on black folks. You always shitting on black folks every single time. I mean, you go in. What is your agenda?
Sir, but just because I speak facts,
and you got nerves to call this shit facts. Man, you something else, bro.
We ain't going nowhere. We good. We ain't going nowhere.
You need to quit, bro. This man never come on this platform and uplift black folks. It's always black folks saying shit. Black folks, they need to do, they need to kill these niggas. They need to, man, I'm talking about constantly, bro.
Are you
serious? May I ask a question?
Constantly.
You gotta chill, Deacon. You ain't doing nothing.
Bruh.
What are you
doing?
I ask a question? You don't even know who you talking to, bruh. You jaw jacking. You don't even know who you talking
Brown,
to.
you gotta raise your hand.
I'm talking to you.
You don't know who you talking to, Kim. For real, bruh.
Hey,
calm it down a little bit.
I'm gonna get you in a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna let L come in. Then we got a new member coming in. J Speed. I'm gonna let him go in after L.
Quick thing, Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
Can you pull up the law from the park?
Hey, Seymour, can you DM me the law?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Listen, brothers, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I love this shit right here, Freddie, man. This is great, man. Cause this, like I say, man, it's an open mic for our community, man. We need this, man. And I learned a lot tonight. You know, I've extracted some good information and some good ideas from other brothers' mind, man. And everybody on the panel has said some good things tonight, man. And I like these things because we can draw from each other, man. We don't have to tear each other down. We can set our pride aside. We can respect our differences, man, and try to come to a conclusion, moving forward that can be progressively beneficial for each and every one of us and our individual families as well as our communities and us as Black people. Now I'm gonna say this, man. Going back to that situation with that cop, man. The Deacon mentioned this, and Brother Fuller mentioned this about the ultimate authoritative figure was the officer, man. He had the authority, and he had the authority to make this go whichever way he could have made it go, man.
Facts.
And you have to be able to use, like Brother Fuller said, wisdom, and you have to be able to use discretion, man. You gotta have some foresight. As an officer, man, you can look at this situation and clearly see it's bigger fish to fry, man. Let me let these people go about their day. Let me go find some real criminals because the criminal activity is high in a city like Atlanta, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. That was a Black issue we saw on display right there. That sister, she fucked up by getting out of line. But the officer, man, that's like a parent overseeing some children. If they seeing children get into some child's play, they're not gonna go in there and just kick the kids' ass. They're gonna look at it and say, man, they gotta learn that's child's play. I'm gonna overlook that, and I'm gonna give them some discipline, but I'm not gonna give them no excessive discipline because they got a lesson to learn. Stay peer group. You get what I'm saying? So that officer, man, he went way out of line, man. He was totally out of line, man. Because I'm gonna tell you why I say it was a Black issue, homie. Because listen. I've had more cop encounters. I'm probably sure than probably everybody combined. And 90% of the time I was fucking totally innocent, man. But I'm gonna tell you this. Anytime I got pulled over by a Black cop, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. They was the ones that tripped most on me when they didn't have to. This is how white cops handled me, man. They looked at me and they could see, damn, this nigga rolling along. He didn't put his hands out. Hey, man, you got drugs or guns? No. You mind if we search your car? Depending on how I felt, hey, yeah, you can. Or sometimes I'll be like, no, you can't. They realize, man, there ain't no guns or drugs in here. Man, I didn't even been with my boys, man. We didn't have weed in the car, other shit that they like, you ain't got guns and drugs. I'm not even worried about you, man. I'm not gonna put no power trip on you because it ain't worth it, man. That's the spirit of the law, and the legislative writers, they give the officers that authority because the judge don't want to see shit that don't make that's not even worth it.
That's right.
That shit coming through their desk, man. They want real criminal activity, like Brother Fuller said. Look, them cops are there to protect the safety of the public. Man, that wasn't conflicting with nobody's safety, man.
Thanks.
Go attack somebody or go enforce the law on criminals, man. That's really out here causing bodily harm to people, man. Because that shit right there, look, just think about this. If that cop had to kill either one of them, he would be in a bad position. You know what that cop would be saying? Man, I didn't even have to do that, man. I could have just let him go because it wasn't even that serious, man. But as an officer, you got that authority to do that. See, that's when you know how to exercise the power you've been vested. And when you do that, you can't play your power, man. And that's why I said it was a Black issue going there. The girl, like Deacon said, she seen a Black brother that she felt like maybe I can get some leeway, and she let her ignorance get the best of her. Yep. She provoked that brother, and he said, you know what? I'm going to show this broad that I am the man. Yep. So it became a Black issue, man. We got to be able to put up. When we in those positions, man, we got to be able to think. Man, my grandma used to tell me this, man. I'm gonna end like this. My grandma used to tell me this, man. Like I said, like I always say, Freddie, when I was a little kid and I realized, man, I'm black, it's different. And these motherfuckers in my community, man, we treat it differently, man. My people is we fucked up against amongst each other, and we do the most wrong against each other, and it's fucked up. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. My grandma used to always tell me. She said, boy, you got to be 10 times smarter than them. You got to be 10 times better than them. You got to be 10 times better than them. And that shit stuck with me, homie. When you learn how to beat them with that brain, she used to always tell me, she said, baby, put it in your brain, because once you put it there, they can't take it from you. And when you beat them like that, man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't get, if the cops pull me over, I take my ticket, I say, hey, I don't even want to talk. And when they start asking, I say, just give me my ticket, man. We're talking court if you that hard pressed about it, because I know the law. And you know what? I know what that judge really want to convict the motherfucker on. So I'm going to beat you in the court. And I didn't beat about 15, 20 tickets, man.
That's
you know
right.
Why? Because all I got to do is play the game. And you know who taught me how to do that a lot of times? Like I told you, them white folks, man, they teach you how to be whitey. They teach you how to manipulate the system, but they use their brain, though, man. We got to use our brain, man. We can't be wrong and try to be tough. Man, if that's necessary, we got to do that when it's necessary. But, man, collectively, man, we got enough genius minds in this country, and just on this platform tonight, because everybody says some brilliant things, man. And it really ain't no point of us attacking one another, because really, the differences that we had are very minuscule, man. But the power that we have collectively and all the brilliance that we didn't put our minds together, man, everybody done said some good things on this show tonight, man. And it kept me captivated, because I got other things I got to do, man. But I said, man, I like this, man. So, man, salute to everybody. I got to get going, man. Appreciate the platform, man.
Right.
Hey,
salute to you, King.
Salute.
All right, Jay. Hey, Rod is on you. Blu-ray. You can respond him after Jay. Facts, Deacon 305. Blu-ray is always defending YouTube people. Clown. Go ahead.
Good evening, brothers. And first time, I think I heard your show a couple times. The first time I wanted to chime in tonight. I just want to give a different perspective. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, very well. Hear good. Salute
Yes,
to you, brother.
Yes, sir. Been here almost 7 decades, 63 years old, working on that seventh decade.
God bless. God bless.
Yeah, all praise to the Creator. Let me come in from the legal perspective. All right. Mm-hmm. One thing that was said earlier, and I listened to all you brothers, and you said some great things. I think we can all step away from this and learn something. I lived in Atlanta for almost 25 years. I'm in California now. One of the most important things I think was said tonight is discretion. Mm-hmm. An officer has a right to give a warning or discretion. Usually, in that case right there, a person from out of town, the officer will ask for the person's license. If they had driving license match their tax number, they'll say, I'm just getting you a warning this time. We can't be in the park. And that usually is just what it is. Okay. Right. Let me tell you where the officer made his mistake. The officer made his mistake. You can't rush somebody when they ask you for your badge number. Even if he thought she knew it, and he couldn't say, well, I'm not going to give it to you again. He's sworn by his duty if someone asks for that. It's just two things you can ask for, officer, in any case. You can ask for a watch commander or a sergeant to come out, or you can ask for their badge number. She asked for their badge number, and he said no. His second mistake was he put his hand on that woman before he said she was under arrest.
Facts.
In main life, that's considered assault. Now, if he had told her she was under arrest first and then tell her to put her hands behind her back, she would have been disobeying officer who have already gave her a forewarning that she was under arrest. See, we as black people, we got to start learning the essence of what these laws are all about, and how do we got to go to courtroom sometime. No, we got to go to courtroom sometime, my brother, just to go sit there and listen to cases when we're not under duress. But usually by the time we get down to the courtroom, we're down there for something. But I used to take my children all the time to the courtroom just to see the vernacular they would use, the protocols they would use, get them used to the language. Mm-hmm. And so they wouldn't be so nervous if anything ever happened to them and where they had to show up in the courtroom. But y'all got to understand, you can go up and down YouTube and see videos and videos and videos and videos how white boys who on the side of the road tell an officer, passionate, say, I ain't gonna give you my license. I don't have to do it about Fifth Amendment. I don't have to give you my license. Under arrest, are you detaining me? But we don't have that luxury.
Right.
And the reason why we don't have that luxury because they never consider us citizens in the first place. That's why we got all these civil rights laws. If we was citizens of this country, we wouldn't have to have civil rights laws. There'll be no special laws for us. We'll be considered as every citizen in this country. But for us to know that we have to have civil rights laws and all these other laws, they have to vote for us every 15 years so we can have the right to vote in this country. But y'all say we don't made it. Well, ain't that the truth? Do you know that there's an executive order that was signed by a president? That's the only way that you be able to serve in the military. Any president can come there and take that executive order. It's not in the Constitution, people. There's an executive order for us to even sign in any branch of the military. So what I'm trying to say all this, not trying to put everything and make everything a thing of soup. I think we should spend more time on proactive, teaching our people what happens when a police stop. Even invite some good police, because there are good police. I'm from the Queen City. I was born in Queen City. I boxed for the PAL for almost 19 years. My first experience with police officers when I played football for them, basketball for them, and I boxed for them. So I had a good experience with them. I didn't have that negative experience in them until I got big and moved to other cities. So what I'm trying to say, my brothers and sisters, the Blu-ray Fitness, you are correct when you say there are more white people killed by officers than black people. But there's one thing to that argument too. There's two things to that argument. There are more white people. Two, that when you go into the armed people who are killed by police officers, then the numbers start to get lopsided. See, one thing I know, when I always hear police officers, because I used to work for the DeKalb County Fleet Maintenance Department, so I used to design their police cars. One thing I do know, when police start talking and they start talking that mess, talking about we need better training. When have you ever heard black police officers go in white neighborhood and shoot on white boys? See, that's where they try to play that double-edged sword that we need better training. Why is it that black officers can go in white communities and won't do what the white officers do when they do in the black community? And then they're going to come back and say that we need better training. What is it about the black officers to know they can't get away with that shit?
That's right.
So we got to be fair. Yes, the sister could have been more cooperative, but she has the right to ask questions. She has the right. When she's under duress, you got to understand, what the first thing a cop tell you sometime when he got to run and chase somebody? That rush. So she's having a triangle with this officer. So she's going to be under duress too. So she's trying to get in the phone and put the information in, and she plainly asked the officer, "Can I have your badge number?" the third time. I done told you twice, and I ain't gonna tell you again. So that's not his. He don't have that. He really don't have that power to say that. He should give that young woman his badge number, and as she asked, and maybe she would have said, "Okay, I signed the ticket, but I'm gonna sign the ticket, and I'm gonna put on it. I'm signing under duress of getting arrested." See, we have to look at these things in a lot of different ways, how they are treating us, like in California. In California, they stop people in Beverly Hills, they walk to the car, put the flashlight up, boom, 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 boom. When they pull over black people, they tell them get out the car and sit on the sidewalk. What is that all about? You can treat certain people certain ways, but when it comes to people who have melanated skin, you want to treat us different. But see, that has a lot to do with us too, brother. We got to take some of this account. Let me land this chopper. I ain't got but a little bit more gas, and I'm gonna pull on out.
Yeah, you're doing fine to that tail end, but go ahead.
Look,
go ahead.
We're gonna have to take a responsibility, and I'm saying responsibility and accountability for some of this too. People look at you how you treat each other.
No,
we up and down on this internet, and the way we talk to each other. I've been hearing women called gorillas, knuckle crawlers, and all kinds of things. You call each other the N-word left and right, but a white man. See, if we want people to treat us better, we got to treat ourselves better.
I agree.
Because the reflection in the mirror is what they see, and how we speak with each other and treat each other. It's how they go treat us. Think about this. If you got a nasty, dirty house, you ain't gonna have no problem with your friend come up there and put his feet on your coffee table. But if you got a clean spot house, he know damn well not to put his feet up on your table. Peace and love, and always strive for the truth, my brother. Thank you.
Great conversation from you, brother. Great conversation.
Hey, and I think, bro, the reason why we have the issue, like you mentioned, is because right now, unfortunately, I think the crime right now is your skin color. When you get stopped, a lot of assumptions are made based on the color of your skin. So a lot of times, unfortunately, your skin color itself can be the crime. But I verified what that brother just said.
Yeah.
In 1948, President Truman signed an executive order 9981 that officially desegregated the military. So it is a executive order that allows blacks to join the military equally as their white counterparts. So that was a true statement.
And one thing he brought up that was that I missed, but I'm glad he brought it up. That young woman should not have had any hands put on her without her Amanda rights being read to her. He never read her Amanda rights. Not once I heard that in that video. That's
wasn't a felony,
violation right there. Huh?
It wasn't a felony though, right?
It don't matter. If you under arrest, they have to read you your Amanda rights.
Oh, they'll probably throw that away. They'll probably throw that out of court though. But
out of court.
But the thing about it is, Dinkin, he was just doing his job. Like, he's a police officer. So he was doing his routine route, right? Even though those people were out of town, possibly, he still had to do his job. So him giving her it's a citation, and it's not a felony. And the other thing, he probably should have had his business cards. I thought your business cards was part of your uniform. He could have just gave her a card, and he would have, probably wouldn't have to go through that stuff. But at the end of the day, he did his job. It's not a black on black situation.
I don't think so. The reason why I say he didn't do his job and as he should have is because I think they have a direction to attempt to de-escalate.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's not just at the beginning. It's anywhere throughout the confrontation or the event. If you have the ability to de-escalate the situation, then you're supposed to do that, right? When she got to a point where when he said, "I'm putting the cuffs on you," turn around, put your hands behind your back, and then she began to plead with him and say, "Okay, Mr. So-and-so." And that's one thing I noticed about it too. She never called him out of his name at any time. She never cursed, never called him out of his name. Never called him out of his name, and she never raised her voice. She just had a smart mouth.
But he might be not. But he might be one of these. He might be one of these cops that's straight military. He don't play any games. He was being.
So what I'm trying to say is that he had opportunities to de-escalate, and he did not.
He did.
I thought that he could have de-escalated. I thought that he could have de-escalated.
That's it.
And we
I thought he could have.
Fred, not that law, Fred. I don't know. I didn't want that law. I need the law for the park, like I want the curfew law, like what could take place. Could he have put the motherfuckers right to jail? Could he? You know what I mean? Like what?
Hey, Cal, and over here in Alabama, where I live at, we have a curfew law for teenagers. Guess what? Regardless of the situation, if they're caught walking, they're getting taken to jail so their parents can get them. If you get caught at a park after hours when they got signs up everywhere saying, don't be here behind this time, you put yourself in that situation because, like, at the end of the day, you got to think smart. Get a hotel room. It could have solved all that. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong, but the guy was just doing his job at the end of the day, just like you would want to do your job at the end of the day.
Let me say something about that. Let me say something to that, Bird. Let me say something real quick to Bird about that. Listen, here's the situation that we have in this country. You have black men and black women on video, not just being arrested, but actually losing their lives for jaywalking. Not a serious crime at all. They say they was jaywalking, right? Black folk getting killed for jogging, walking, on and on and on. And you meant to tell me you can't have a little patience?
Yeah, but that's
no. Come on, brother. Listen.
Deacon, what I'm trying to say is, Deacon, not to disrespect you, what I'm trying to say is he wrong for giving her that citation?
He's not wrong, but he's wrong in the way he handled it because he had two ways he had more than two ways he could have handled that.
But that's
Listen. Police officers are supposed to be trained to de-escalate, and police officers do not react to crime. They come after the crime has been committed, right? So there was not a crime really being committed. There was a minor minor misdemeanor.
Infraction.
Right.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, we got to be.
What I'm saying to you, brother, that was akin to jaywalking. You meant to tell me you gonna manhandle this woman?
I agree with you. It's a citation. It wouldn't have cost them that much.
Come on, man.
They don't understand.
But also, we got to be accountable. We got to be accountable for the stuff that we do. We can't make it a black on black crime just because she's black and he's black.
Listen, brother. I said once they put on that damn uniform, it don't matter what color they are. They're all the same.
So why she didn't know that? If by your own argument, why didn't she know that?
But
why
again, like I told you, listen, consciously, she's seeing her brother. Exactly. Although he was in that suit, she seen a brother. She thought she had more leeway with him than she would have with. Listen, this is just the fact. I done been in situations where I've seen a brother where I've talked to him different than I talked
about this situation. If we talk about other situations, we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah,
she just talking about this situation. It's not.
She didn't think he was gonna do that.
Hey, Fred, can you read that law?
That's my point. That's my point.
Can you read that law, Fred?
In a moment, yeah.
And when I say, Deacon, I don't care if it's a black cop or a white cop. A cop is a cop, and you got to think at it like this too. It's a money grab. They're going to try to put money in that system by putting you in and out of the court system. So it's just a money grab at the end of the day.
We know that, but for black folks, it's more than a money grab. It's the graveyard grab for us. Most of the time, they really don't want to take your ass to jail.
I agree with you. That's
take you to the graveyard.
That's why I felt like she should have held herself accountable. All she had to do was just take the citation. They probably would have thrown it out.
I'm not mad at her because, again, I've been in situations where I've argued with the cops because I felt like I was right.
Because you've been in that position,
don't make it right.
I'm not saying that it make it right. What I'm saying is, brother, goddamn, when can we catch a break out here?
No, fuck the breaks, man. How about we be intelligent? How about we win in court?
Fred, you ain't perfect, brother.
Not talking.
So don't sit here and try to act like you perfect, man.
You talking about? I'm not. You going way out of bounds.
No, because you always say we always got to be. Ain't nobody held accountable 100% of the time. We all fuck up.
I'm talking about this situation,
and sometimes it costs us our lives off of misdemeanors, man.
Hey, Deacon, I got an example for you, Deacon. All right, when I have my Audi S4 running, it sounds loud. This cop pulled me over for nothing and tried to give me a phony ticket for a muffler job. I could have sit there and argued with this guy. They called 3 cop cars just for my little old self in an Audi because they probably thought I was selling drugs. You know what happened? I kept my mouth shut, and I still had to go to court and pay for a ticket that I didn't get. And I still live. My kids get to see me every day.
I've been through worse shit than that, brother, with these police. And guess what? I don't make excuses for it, right? I know what it is. I know what it is out here, bro. And you know what I'm saying? So I
agree with you, Deacon.
That's listen.
Been through, Deacon. We're not talking about what I've been through. We're talking about
listen, bro. What I'm saying to you is, as if we walking around out here thinking that when these folks see us, that we're not walking live prey, we out here slipping. I don't give a damn who wearing the uniform, because guess what? I know a police officer, Mr. Ozel, I'm gonna call the man whole name. This man arrested a white man. Listen to me, man.
Deacon, why? We're talking about this situation. If we're making comparative analysis, how about the 15 times the police officers let me go?
I'm finna simply tell you something, bro. I'm finna tell you about the culture of the. Listen,
we already know that. We've established that in this conversation already, Deacon.
But it don't seem to mean nothing to y'all.
Well,
that's the point. It don't mean nothing to y'all,
Deacon. We don't care about other situations.
Right.
We're doing a case study on this situation. This situation only.
Wow.
That's it. That's it. Everybody
and that's not fair to a whole overall conversation when you're dealing with race and police in this country. That's not fair to us as we have to deal with these type situations that sometimes end up with us dead.
I know we risk our life for a parking ticket. Go ahead, Seymour. Go ahead. Ed Seymour.
I was the question I guess I wanted to ask Mr. Fuller and Deep was, should she have gotten off simply because she was black? Because that's what it seems like I'm getting from you guys, even though she was wrong.
No,
even though
she should have gotten off.
Wait. Let me finish, then you can answer. She was wrong. They was in the park when there was a curfew, right? He asked her multiple times to just sign the citation, correct? Okay, when she asked for his name and badge number, he gave her the last name, he gave the badge number. The only thing he did not give her was his first name. All right, then he kept asking. So eventually, once he got tired of asking because she would not comply, when he grabbed her, now you want to say, oh, I'll sign. So ain't no spirit of the law now. I done gave you the spirit. I tried my best to just get you to comply and you can go on about your way. Ain't no spirit now. You finna follow this law. And I'm finna to enact the law on you. And I'm not gonna let you go just because you black, because you didn't show me no respect because I was black. See, so you have to look, sometimes you have to look past just being black. Okay, if he's a black officer, I still have to follow the law. And I still have to show him respect.
Yeah. Here's at the end of the day, win a bad situation. Because we don't understand that it's not, we say being black, not being black. I mean, it's a lot that comes with that, bro. It's a lot that comes with that. And it's not just that simple. It's a whole history of unfair, unequitable treatment that we're talking about here. But when it's all said and done, the brother should have did everything he could have from the onset to the very conclusion of that event to try to de-escalate it.
Why didn't she?
He should have tried to do that.
Have though. Why did she?
Because she wasn't mentally ready to do it. And then, but still, that did not justify where that ended up. Where that ended up with her on the ground with a weave off, locked up on the ground, with a weave knocked off her head. Her being in a park after the time that she was supposed to be there did not warrant her ending up like that.
Why not?
Nor anything that she said.
You got to respect something, man. She was disrespectful.
Nor anything that she said. What I'm trying to say is, man, is when you're given a position of authority, you have to use that position of authority with wisdom and discernment.
So
with wisdom and discernment, and realize that you don't need to break a woman down and put her on the ground if there's some point during that process where you can de-escalate that situation.
Okay, but listen,
and everyone can go home.
Knowing he got all the authority,
she's done nothing, because she's done nothing.
She's
hurt
not.
She
anyone.
did something.
No,
She did something from the
she does nothing. She didn't do anything to hurt anybody. Nobody was at risk. There was no intention to do that.
Bro, you keep making excuses for her, bro. She came in the situation hot as hell.
Hey,
and she broke the law.
The only thing I'm gonna say is, hey, here's what what it reminds me of. I'm not gonna bring up another situation because we're talking about this one.
All right, what about the Brittany Gaunt, whatever her name is, situation? Regardless if she knew the law or not, she still took that over there, right?
Okay, now we're talking about drugs, man.
I'm just saying, if you don't know the law,
we ain't got to add nothing else to this conversation, man. We could just stay here.
What I'm trying to say is, when it's all said and done, this woman didn't do anything to hurt anyone. She was not a threat to anyone. They were in the park after the curfew. That's it.
Okay,
for her to end up on the ground, hog-tied on the ground, with a weave knocked off her head.
Hog-tied.
Hog-tied, weave knocked off her head. She's a black woman. We got to treat her with respect. All that is church, in our house, at her job, but she has to comply because she is a threat to him.
Whoa.
She's a
goddamn.
Come on,
he
man.
is a threat.
Goddamn.
You guys don't understand the law. He is by
Wow.
himself. He doesn't have a partner. He has to control the situation.
So, Fred, I'm gonna ask you a question, Fred. Hold on. Let me ask Fred a question. Fred, I want you to look into that camera when I ask you this question. And please, I want you to speak to the people, the melanated people, when you answer this question.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell the God's honest truth.
I never lied yet on the show. I don't think so.
We got to start off on the right path here. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Do you think that that woman was a threat to that officer? Because you just said she was a threat to him. I want you to look in the camera and you tell your melanated people, was she a threat or not?
Yeah, she's a threat. You know why she's a threat?
Wow, my God.
You know why she's a threat?
That's all I said, bro.
You know why she's a threat? Because she's escalating. She's escalating the situation. I didn't say she's a threat for her life, but she is a threat to compromise the position that she's in. She's a
what type of threat you talking about? A bodily harm? What are we talking about here?
Deacon, I'm
asking you a question. I want you to please answer the question.
Absolutely, she's a threat. You know why? Because it's 2 versus 1, and if she escalates the situation, that man has to decide which side he's on.
Hey, Fred. So when you looked at them, hold on. When you looked at them, Fred, you saw them as threatening people.
Okay, hold on.
They look like middle class.
What about the train station?
Who cares what they look like?
Subway? Hold on. What about in the subway when the girl and the guy beat?
No, y'all said we ain't going nowhere.
No, let's not. No, let's not change the situation. Let's not change the situation. All I'm saying is, you gotta understand. Respect the police officer at all. How about you? See. Here's the irony about the situation. We don't hold people accountable as individuals in this situation. She is a threat. She compromised the position that this police officer is in.
All she did was ask some questions and with an attitude.
Well, I know all she did was ask some questions. I know, and your woman don't talk to you that way. I understand.
No.
Oh, she can do whatever she wants. She's a black woman.
No, we're not going to his woman because we're gonna stick on this woman. No, we're not going to his woman.
You're right. My woman don't talk to me like that.
She can do anything she wants because she's a black queen, right? So we're gonna stay there with that, right? She's a black queen. and she has respect, right? Why did she disrespect the man that she was with and he signed the damn ticket? I'm not done. Why did she disrespect the police officer who was in charge of that entire situation?
Okay,
so obviously, no. So obviously, the black queen trumps the black king, because guess what? You know what you're saying? He should have let her do what she wanted to do. He shouldn't have threw her to the ground. He should, but you know what she did? All she had to do was put her hands behind her back. All she had to do was put her hands behind her back because she wouldn't sign the ticket. Put her hands behind her back and saw the man in court, or prior to that, sign it. You talk about black queen. How about we use our intelligence from the start? Not when there's a mesh point of a conflict. How about we be intelligent of the whole situation?
Well, she made a mistake.
I'm not done. How about we be intelligent over the whole situation? Okay, this is not a parking violation. This isn't a crime. This is a citation, a minor infraction. I'm going to sign it because I know the law. This isn't an admission of guilt. This is an admission of ignorance. This is an admission that you and I were here and you accused me of committing this crime. So I'm going to sign the ticket and I'm going to see you in court. Why are you telling her to be intelligent off the conflict? How about you tell her being intelligent just off of life and understanding situations, understanding that, hey, we're black in America. Everybody's against us. And these race soldiers, if we don't act accordingly, they're going to kill us. And they kill people for jogging. They kill people for jaywalking. But she can go above and beyond because she's a black queen. See, I don't understand that because there's no accountability on her end. Zero accountability. Zero. Her man, you know what? I don't want this fucking ticket. But fuck, I'm a sign because I don't want to go to jail. You know what? She fucking jumped him and said, nah, fuck what you did. I'm standing up for the both of us right now. I'm standing up for the both of us right now. And whatever goes down is whatever goes down. And see, we don't have accountability. We don't. There's accountability on no, because we said the cop should do what is that? Letter of the law, spirit of the law. It's his discretion. It's ultimately his discretion. Yep. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's not up for opinion. It's not up for opinion.
Right.
It's not up for opinion. It's not.
He used the discretion of a house. That's exactly what he did. He used he used the discretion of a house. That's it.
But Mr. Miller, you keep saying that she made a mistake. Her mistake put her in jail, so it's her fault.
Exactly. We don't want to admit that because she's black, and that's the problem.
That's not
every. You know what we do? Oh, we gotta hook
Let
the
me
brother
ask you
up.
a question though. What did she actually do other than being in that park and then having a sassy mouth that deserved her
to sign a citation?
She committed a crime.
When y'all get done, I want to answer that brother that had a question for me and Mr. Fuller.
As long as you guys feel that that's justified, then that's the whole problem when I'm in. That's the whole problem. That's the whole problem.
Yeah.
If you think,
hold on, Blu-ray. Let me answer this man a question. He asked me a question.
Justified. If you think it was justified for that dude,
yeah, but I'm finna answer this man's question after Mr. Fuller get done.
That police officer to end up treating that black woman the way he did, that's the whole problem. That's why.
See how you use the adjective, the black woman, the black woman, the black.
That's right.
She's not a black. No. She said, no, you know what she said? I'm in charge. She didn't say, I'm a black woman. I'm going to respect my black man. He signed the ticket. So she's not a black woman in this case. She's an authoritarian. She's taking over the situation because her black king signed the ticket. Her black king. No. Fuck the mistake. He's the leader. He's the head of the household. He brought her in the earth. His sperm, her father's sperm created her. You guys gonna say, oh, we got to protect the black queen at all costs, right? Protect the black queen at all costs. I'm with.
Don't treat them like that.
No,
I'm not saying you don't hold them accountable, but you don't treat them like that.
You're not holding her accountable because what you're doing, you're disrespecting the man that she came with, because you're saying she has the right to talk to that police officer. She has the right not to sign that ticket. And you know what's going to happen? 50% of black people going to agree, 50% of black people is going to disagree. And you know what's going to happen? Escalated incidents in other fucking cities because we disagree on this shit. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to be a 17-year-old kid. It's going to be a 27-year-old woman. It's going to be a 37-year-old uncle. And it's going to stay consistent because we disagree on something so petty as this shit. We are literally disagreeing on a $75, $100 ticket.
Okay, let me answer this brother real quick. You said from the sound of men, Mr. Fuller, that you wanted to know if we tried to excuse this just because she was black. Okay, let me answer that question. Yes. What I say to that, brother, is what we've been trying to get over to you guys for the longest. And, if we don't get through, fine. Somebody will hit. But at the end of the day, if there's no community policing, you're going to have a hostile situation with the community and the police. There are some cops who do know how to community police, who do know how to de-escalate, who do know how to act civil when they come in contact with human beings, regardless of the color, if you want to X that out, that knows how to communicate. That knows how to communicate with human beings, that dealt with people, been on the job long enough to know when you come in contact with someone who want to ask for the badge number, want to ask for your name. They've seen this before. They're not a stranger to that. That's not a threat to the officer. So the officer knows the game, so he knows how to deal with the situation. He's going to do everything he can to de-escalate it and get them off the park and send them on their way. That's community policing. That's all we're talking about here. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, how he handled it. He could have handled the situation much better. She could have did much better, right?
Dick, I love you, man, but you didn't answer the question, though, brother.
Hey, I answer the way I want to answer. You don't dictate my answer. You don't dictate the way I respond, brother. You don't dictate the way I respond.
You gave a statement. You never answered the question.
I surmised something to you. Listen, hold on. I gave you a real situation. I'm not dealing with all these, because I'm not doing add-ons and all this here. I'm talking about actual community policing that I've seen happen. God damn, Kyle, listen, this brother down here asked me this. You like this little muffet, man. You just keep barking at my feet. Stop it, man. Please let me talk. Answer the man question. Please.
But it's a yes or no question.
It's not a yes or no question. It's not that simple. Because if you don't understand community policing, brother, that this man could have went on the scene and got them people off that park without incident. That's what he could have did. He could have got them off that park without incident.
That ain't the question.
And you cannot tell me that was not possible. Because if the physical part, listen, bro, I'm talking to this brother down here, Kyle. Please respect that, brother. Listen, if the physical part,
tell him that wasn't the question.
If the physical part is possible, the de-escalation part is also possible.
If she was white, would you care?
Kyle, I actually agree with Deacon, and let me tell you why I agree with him on that part. Because as a police officer, he could have pulled up, rolled up, hey, there's a curfew in this park. Hey, y'all need, can't nobody be out here at this certain time. I totally agree with you. But
I agree with that.
That's not what happened. So because that's not what happened, Deacon, we got to go with what happened. So because he chose not to go that route, which I 100% agree with you. If it was me, I would have rolled up and said, hey, there's a curfew in this park. Hey, y'all need to leave. It's that simple. He didn't have to pull him out the car, whatever the situation was, how it happened. But the fact, this is a fact though. The fact is, the woman that said, I am not going to sign the ticket. I can play the video for you. So after everything happened, he said, hey, what's going to happen if I don't sign the ticket? You're going to jail. She stood on it. He asked again. He said, oh, you going to sign the ticket? She said, no. You want me to play it for you? That's what made him arrest her.
Basically, what we're trying to say is because he did not choose that option that you mentioned, Blu-ray, we're saying that he was wrong in doing that because he gave them an ultimatum where both choices were really threatening.
Well, did the cop break the law by doing it his way though?
No, he didn't. He didn't break the law doing it his way.
Okay.
What we're trying to say is when you have community policing,
would you care?
When you have community policing, like
I got you next, Mac.
Man, put that question in your back pocket and sit on it, Kyle, because you're being condescending right now.
When you have community policing,
man, go on with that question, bro.
Neither one of y'all would care. Y'all wouldn't. If she was white, y'all wouldn't care.
Man, what you saying, Mike? I'm sorry for interrupting you. I apologize.
Hey, Mike. Mike, but what I think is, in this situation, there could be different opinions on it, but it doesn't make the cop wrong for doing it the other way. I think he did. He did it.
Technically, he was not wrong. But
does it make it?
But that's from the letter of the law. But the bottom line is, it takes a lot more than that when you got that much authority, man.
But you know what?
When you have the authority to use lethal force, when you have the authority to use lethal force, and in any situation that you come in contact with could escalate to something could result in the use of lethal force, you have to use more than just a letter of the law approach.
But
you have to use common sense, common decency, and discretion, wisdom.
What about
the last thing to do would have been to approach them folks and say, you know what? I got the landscape. These people do not look like they're breaking the law. They're just here. Okay, I understand that you're out of town. There's a curfew in this park. Could you please leave?
But but Mike, but that's you thinking for that cop. We don't know this cop, just like those people don't know that
that's
cop.
Why I said that's why I'm making the final judgment, in my opinion, that he's a house. Okay.
Well, all right.
When
Say
it's
for
all
instance,
said and done, when it's all said and done, when you take some law-abiding, tax-paying citizens,
they not
that
law-abiding. They broke
that
the
just
law.
have a misunderstanding about the curfew. They just have a misunderstanding about the curfew of a particular park. That's
hey, Mike, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying
they didn't understand the curfew.
They want the brother hookup. That's what they want. They want the brother hookup. Hey, brother.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame. That's a shame, man. That's a shame.
Curfew clear, and you say, you know
that's
what?
a shame, bro.
We know you're not out here breaking the law. We know you're not out here breaking the law trying to be a criminal.
How do we know that? Y'all don't know that.
We know that you're just here by mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you know that there is a curfew and ask you, could you please leave? That's it.
I Max want to chime, but let me get the super chat, man. Deacon, the cop is right. All the other ways you're saying it could have went is pointless. Plus, the video wouldn't have gone viral.
Okay, tell me this. Why is it so?
Hey, Deacon.
Why is it so leaning to everyone? Damn near everyone on the panel, and some probably in the chat, leaning towards the disrespect, the violation of this woman over a minor infraction. Why is it okay? What I'm trying to ask a question.
You on your bullshit tonight, Deacon?
Hey, Deacon.
That's the whole point.
Hey, Deacon. You know what?
Yes, sir.
When it's all said and done, man. When it's all said and done, I think what we're dealing with is a lot of people who don't understand what the hell's going on.
Facts.
Oh my God! Here we go with the race again. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
No, Fred, hell no. Hell no.
Let's go around the circle, Fred. Let's go around the circle.
About race.
If it was a white cop and a white couple, we wouldn't even be having this fucking conversation.
Hold on. Let me say something real quick before I bounce. Let me say something real quick, Fred.
You said a lot of sentences and they're all trash.
When the woman said,
Fred, let me say something real quick.
They got to respond.
Said, I'm not going to sign a ticket. Mr. Fuller, what should have the cop done?
What he said?
Well, he did what he did, right? Okay, but
No. I'm asking you, what should the cop done when the woman said, I am not going to sign this ticket?
He should have
gave her a massage, gave her a water, a gift certificate to Olive Garden. Yeah, that's what he should have did.
And that shit funny too, bro.
And we all know they was trying to fuck. That's why they're in the park after dark. We all know why a couple goes to the park after dark. They're trying to get it in. That's what it was.
And hey, Fred, let me say something to you before I go, brother.
No, but they want to respond to you. No. While you're here, I want to be fair. I want to be fair to Max, and I want to.
I'm finna get out of here. I want to just say something before I go.
No, that's not fair, Deacon. You can't hit and run. You can respond. Hey. Max want to respond to you, and you can respond.
I don't want this man to respond. This is not an issue.
No.
I don't want to talk to this dude, man. This dude is not a black man, and this is what I'm trying. This is what I'm finna say to you, Fred. What I'm finna say to you is, you went and pull this cat out of your ass to bring him on the show, and you always do this in a black situation to disrespect black folks. This man has no business on this platform dealing with a black situation.
There goes your schizophrenia again,
bro.
He does.
Go take your meds,
Fred.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same way as me.
It's disrespectful, Fred. You always bring this clown on the show.
Hey, hold on, DK. I thought you said this didn't have to do a race. I thought you said it had to do a race.
I'm not talking to you, man. Fred,
of course
you need to stop disrespecting our people like this by bringing a Mexican on our panel.
I don't need to do shit.
On this panel,
I'm an American. This is an American issue.
That's very disrespectful.
I'm an American. This is an American issue.
In on a black situation, on a black platform.
Hey, you need to get the fuck out of 1945 and live in the real world, bro. Not everybody is after you, dog.
I'm telling you this to your face. This is very disrespectful, and you lose your people when you do stuff like this, bro. This man has no business on this panel, on a black panel.
Go cry in the corner.
Deacon. I think
go cry in the corner about how the man trying to get you and take you down. Still, go cry.
No, even if racist, he has a right. I'm not. He could say
no. Don't say even if I'm not. No,
listen. I don't care. This is the barbershop.
Yeah. You know what, Fred? You know what? And I'm gonna say this. I'll never lose respect for you. But I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna let this be my last time showing up here, bro, because this
You said that last time,
No, I never
motherfucker.
said that. I never told Fred that.
Yeah, you
I
did.
never told
That shit's
Fred
on
that, brother.
video.
And
Yeah, you did.
you need to kick rocks. Fred, listen, man.
You need to go
this
eat
is highly
rocks.
disrespectful for you to bring this Mexican
I
on this platform in a
I'm
black
American.
situation,
I'm
speaking
American.
on black issues, brother.
And
I'm American.
And your white friend that was in jail came on this black platform. His white friend in jail called into this platform with his white sister to help get them out. Right? If this is such a black platform, you had me bringing a white prison mate. If this, man, listen, everybody's welcome here. You can say fuck Fred. Fred is an asshole. Fred is a racist. You know what Fred gonna do?
Fuck Fred. Fred an asshole.
I'm gonna scroll through Instagram and shut my mouth up. I'm not. See. We're used to an America where motherfuckers got to shut they trap. And nah, this is a free speech platform. I don't get this channel is not monetized. My main channel is not monetized for this reason alone. For this reason alone, I can monetize my channel anytime I want. I have no strikes, but I want it. I want to be just like the reason why I could play the UFC clip yesterday, because I didn't monetize my main channel. I don't give a fuck about I rather have a platform where you can disagree with me, I can disagree with you, and that's it. We ain't fighting over no motherfucking internet. I can't reach you.
Right.
Man, come on, man. He can do what he want. I mean,
if Deacon's still listening, bro, don't do that, man. We're just having a conversation. Yeah, I can second you. I don't really agree with what Mex has to bring to the table.
I didn't even get to say nothing yet. Like the fuck? I just came in. I like, oh, you ain't black. Get the fuck out of here. So what does that make you? If you see someone that's not black and you don't even want nothing to do with them, what does that make you? That kind of is the definition of racism. That's kind of the definition of it.
Deacon can call, let me say this. Deacon can call a black man gay, a faggot, a bitch. But I can't let him. He called a black man a faggot because he disagreed with him, and the man was married to a black woman.
We all make mistakes.
No, but I'm saying I'm never cutting anyone off. I'm never. How many times during COVID niggas come in here saying fuck Fred, fuck you, you ain't shit, and I just sit here and just scroll through Instagram. Like, go ahead, nigga, all you be my guest. Wow. You know what I mean? So I'm not. So I'm just saying. No one would. No, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
We don't agree. We don't agree with this. But Deacon, if you can hear me, brother, don't cut off your because the people need to hear what you got to say, man.
Hey, anybody that's been to court knows they tell you the ignorance of the law is no excuse for breaking the law. It's the first thing they tell you. Even every time you tell the judge, I didn't know. Now they might give you a break in court. They might be like, okay, you're from out of town. They might give you a break in court. The cops there to write the ticket, get his quota. Hopefully you show up in court. Maybe he gets it, maybe you don't. He gave her an option. He said his badge number many a time. She said she wasn't going to sign it because he didn't give it to her a third time. And he said, all right, you don't sign it, I'm going to arrest you. And she made her choice. Y'all saying, I don't really see what the big deal is.
Facts, but believe it or not, that's ordinary in every state you go to. Either you're going to get that ticket or you're going to go to jail. So I don't know why. It's not really a black on black thing at all. Just because he chose to do it another way doesn't make him wrong. Just the fact that she got sassy with him is what got her arrested. But he didn't read her Miranda rights, so she'll just get out of it. But think of what it is. He hurt her pride.
Yep. Hey, there was no problem when the dude signed his shit. The cop didn't say nothing to the guy. There was no conversation. There was no tension or nothing. He went, signed his shit, didn't say shit. It was cool until she came along. And that dude needs to check his bitch because that's the type of shit get you killed out here. And a bitch like that.
And he respected the black man because he said, hey, you too close. He should have tased his ass, right? Right. According to what we're saying, hey, brother, you too close, man. Step back, brother. You get what I'm saying? He should have tased his ass according to what y'all believe. Yeah. He did. All he was doing was walking in a straight line. That's all this cop was doing. It wasn't about being black. It wasn't because he never mentioned race. The police said, you know what mentioned race? Social fucking media. And why the fuck is black people having a conversation? Why is black people having a conversation about $100 ticket?
Well, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about.
But you talk about intelligence and integrity. Intelligence would say, I'm mad. Fuck, I'm mad. You fucking ruined my night. But this is just $100.
Yo, Fred, I got a question. I got a question real quick. And this don't make no sense to me. So whether you agree or not, right? Everyone has this overwhelming thought process that the cops are unfair, the cops do unfair shit. You gotta be careful when the cops, and as a black person or a person of color, you gotta be even more careful, blah, blah, blah. So if you know that going into it, why would you choose not to listen to them, to not obey their orders, to disrespect them, put yourself in a higher situation when we all know what they're gonna do to you? So why would you perpetuate that?
We already talked about that, where the woman went into that, seeing someone who looked just like her brother, her father, cousin, right? She didn't think he was going to do that to her. She didn't have that perception. She thought that she was going to be able to, say what she wanted to say, which was not. She didn't curse at him. She didn't raise her voice, but she did have a little attitude, right? And she was asking a bunch of questions, and it escalated to a place that she didn't think it was going to go. And you saw that because immediately when he began to arrest her, then she was like, "Okay, I'll sign the ticket." But at that point, see, here's the thing. My thing is that it escalated to a point where it shouldn't have been, and it's the police officer's. I think it's his responsibility, and it should be within the realm of his judgment, and it is, to de-escalate that situation at any given opportunity. He had an opportunity to de-escalate when she said, "Okay, I'll sign the ticket." At that point, he should have just left it alone and said, "You know what? I agree." Because really, you folks weren't really breaking any major laws. You weren't hurting anyone. This is a minor infraction. Go home and have a great night. There's no warrants out for your arrest.
Okay, where's her accountability and responsibility for de-escalation in the situation?
Okay, she did de-escalate it when she said, "Okay, I'll sign."
No, she didn't. She refused to do what she was told.
No, she
when she said, "I will sign the ticket."
After
she got him done.
After that's like you about to whoop your kid's ass. Okay, Dad. Okay, I'll pick up the room. Nah, too late. I already told you 5 times.
Well, at the point,
I told you what's going to happen.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that the particular infraction was insignificant enough that it should have been okay even at that point to de-escalate that situation, and just let her sign the ticket and let him go.
Mike,
as far as bringing her,
though?
Arresting her, throwing her on the ground, all that kind of stuff, that's too much, man, for being in a park, 30 minutes after the curfew, and then you're out of state anyway, so you didn't even know that it was a curfew.
It wasn't out of state.
Okay,
It's out of town. But listen, hey, Mike, but check this out though. You know what she thought? She thought that he was gonna be the same as all the niggas she disrespected and talked shit to. That never.
That's what you think. That's too much conjecture, brother. That's too much conjecture. That's your opinion. You don't know
what y'all conjecture. Y'all conjecture.
I know he just said, "Oh, she thought because it looked like a brother and a brother." Come on, bro. You don't. Nobody knows what the fuck she thought, but her.
She had a smart mouth. But does that smart mouth? Does that warrant her being treated the way
she shouldn't have a smart mouth, man.
Okay,
yes,
she should not have a smart mouth because
she made
black. Because she's black, she can have a smart mouth.
The only thing that I have a problem with you guys saying all that is because really you just like I said before, you're hanging your hat on the letter of the law, right?
Hey, Mike. What about that? What about her attitude?
Hold on.
Okay.
But then when I bring up another situation that also applies to the letter of the law, where you got a warrant out for a woman's arrest that was a conspirator murder. Then you don't have any type of
I agree with Mike.
Two unrelated issues though.
Let me finish. You don't have any type of energy for that.
Oh my God, bro.
Hey, Mike, I agreed with you on that, but also, how about when that cop pulled her out? Was her attitude like that just because he was a cop? Maybe she didn't see that he was black or white. I know she saw him, but she wasn't thinking about it. Oh, this is a brother. She was thinking about it. Oh, it's being a cop, and you know how we look at cops. That's what got her in that situation. Probably. Do you think that?
You know what? For me. I when I deal with police officers, I am very wary, and I try not to deal with them at all. I don't speed. I don't speed. I pretty much I'm making sure that they don't have any reason to stop me at all. Okay, but when it's all said and done, if I do have to interface with a cop, like for instance, I had a fire alarm that went off in my house, smoke detector. It was an acrid odor in my house. Now the police department showed up. Not the police department, the fire department showed up, and they was going through my house. And then the police showed up, right? The police show up, and there's 2 police officers. I let one of them in the house, And the other one, I asked him if he wanted to come in. He said no. I said, okay, then you stay out here. So we all went in. I come back upstairs. This police officer's roaming around. He's roaming around in my house by himself. You understand? He's in my house, unauthorized, right? So here's the thing. But they see a black man living in the house that I live in.
Man, what the fuck that got to do with what we talking about, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? Bro, why ever got to bring up another fucking story? Got nothing to do with the fuck we talking about. One time in 95, I got pulled over and this cop said this to me. What the fuck that got to do with this shit?
What I'm trying to say is this, is that I am very wary of dealing with the police because not all police officers have a bad disposition about them, but enough of them do that you do have to be very careful. I had to go through my home and make sure that no one that this cop that came in my house unauthorized didn't plant something in my home. You understand? What I'm trying to say is that you cannot take for granted that you're dealing with someone who has the absolute authority and the ability to change your life forever.
I agree with that, but that's not the situation. I'm gonna bring Wakanda forever, and he's been waiting. LV Slug, I got you coming in next.
But everybody's ever got a ticket knows the cops tell you signing this is not an admission of guilt. It's just promising you'll come to court.
Right.
So what's the big deal about signing a ticket?
The Mex guy talking on Black Issues clown show. You know, I mean, but hey, I mean, shit. I mean, it's funny how when we use black out of convenience, man, I don't care.
But Fred, how is this a black issue? Hold on, but Fred, how is this a black issue though?
Not a black. Go ahead. Hurry up, Wakanda. You gotta hurry up. You got all that noise. What's up, man?
What's up, Fred? Been a long time, brother. How you doing?
We good, man.
Hey, Carl, what's up? Hey, brother Carl, man. Thank you for showing me love in Las Vegas, man. That's what's up, man. Barbershop conversation, love, man. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to chime in on this discussion a little bit, man. You know, I think as black people, you know, I come from Africa, man. You know, I didn't know, man. You know, like I used to see all this on TV. You know, listen to rap. You know, when I'm listening to what rap music, when what they were talking about it, until I got here in America. Gentlemen, let me. I really sympathize with your situation. These imperialists that you live with here, man, they are out here to kill us. You know what I mean? Brother Deacon, I hear what you're saying, man, but your prescription has not worked for years. It's getting us killed over here. Gentlemen, we are here to win. You know, there is no need to get into confrontation with these police officers. No need at all. You know, your objective is to go back home to your kids. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck whether the ticket is $1,000, $500. Sign the goddamn ticket. If you got a smart mouth, let me see that smart mouth in court. Because guess what? When you're in court, you have leverage over there. You are not gonna get shot. When this police officer come to you, you don't know how they're coming. This motherfucker might be coming to you because guess what? He got less melanin than you. Motherfucker's bitter as a motherfucker. So you can he comes out there, you stand your ground, you know, pride, do this and do that. Fuck all that, man. Go home to your kids. It's about survival. You know what I mean? Fuck this pride. Go back to your children. When I get put over and everything, guess what? The first thing that I'm doing, de-escalate the situation. You know, de-escalate the situation because you don't know how these brothers are coming, man. We are out here getting killed like chickens. You know what I mean? It's real out here. So I do sympathize with you guys' situation. Like every time I get pulled over, man, I get scared. So the number one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm thinking about going home to my kids. Because guess what? When I go home to my kids, man, they're seeing daddy. I've won. Whether I've got $1,000 ticket or $5,000 ticket, it does not matter. It's not the end of the game. We can argue it out. We can duke it out in court. Gentlemen, we are all here getting killed. So, Brother Deacon, your prescription is not working. It's getting us killed. Let's get out of that mentality. Swallow your pride. Go home to your kids. You know? Can you imagine if I get killed? Let me say, for instance, I get shot in the leg. I become a handicap. Then when I fly across the Atlantic Ocean, I go back to Zamunda. Even if I went and saw my father, they will say, Wakanda, what happened to you? I say, I got shot. You got shot by who? John Smith. I'm like, who the fuck is John Smith? A white guy by the name of a person that they will never meet in their life. Can we be sensible about this situation? It's all about winning. I see a situation like even on barbershop conversations. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers will come out here, man, and they're putting Fred on blast. And what does Fred do? He does. He just sits quiet, you know, and the guys go on disrespecting the guy and everything. That's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of strength. You know what I mean? But all this back pride, oh, stand your ground. Nigga, you ain't got no ground. You gonna get killed over some stupid shit. Swallow your pride, sign the goddamn ticket and go home. When you got your back to your family, you're a winner. We're out here. If you're dead, these guys, they are not playing. Look at what happened to that NFL player. These guys have got so much hate I've never seen. You know, what have we done as a race? What have we done to these guys? There's so much bitterness in this world. I don't understand. Sometimes I sit back and I say to myself, what has the black man done to the world to deserve this kind of treatment? And this shit has been going on for years.
Well, Max would say that we're not getting treated bad at all. That's what Max would say.
So what now?
Max would say.
So what now?
Max would say we're not being treated bad at all. That's why he's laughing when you're talking, right? He thinks that black men are not treated bad at all. He thinks we're.
That's not why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because he said we're getting killed like chicken. But thank you for trying to tell me what I was laughing at.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So fuck whoever's thinking, man. Whether it's whoever it is, man. We're here. Let us survive. So when I see the black man, I'm in a situation where every time, man, I'm surrounded by white people, man. I'm careful, man. I said, man, this feels like I'm in. What's this? I'm in Baghdad. You know what I mean? Like somebody's about to smoke me out. Like you remember when Obama smoked out Bin Laden in the Tora Bora region? This world out here, man, and this is the life that we're living. You know, I fear for my children. You know, let us be careful, my brothers. You know, that's all. I'm pleading with you guys. Swallow your pride. Sign the goddamn ticket. De-escalate the situation. Go home. Because when you go home, some of us, I don't know if y'all got kids, man. When you go home, man, it's always nice. Your children, they see you. You're a winner. When you go home, man, if you get killed out there, man, guess what? You've left children without a parent. All because of your stupid dumb ass. You try to show that you are macho or whatever it is. Fuck everybody else, man. We have to look out for each other. Let us be disrespectful. Let us be respectful, okay, and be wary of the situation. Like what one of the brothers was saying here, man. Be a winner. Go home, like Fred was saying. Sign the motherfucking goddamn ticket. If I don't care, I don't give a fuck whether the ticket is $10,000. It's not the end of the game, man. But when we go to court, we can duke it out. Cause I'm not getting shot at in court. You know what I mean? Over there, I leverage. That's all I wanted to say, my brothers. Let us survive.
Appreciate you. LV Slugger want to come in. Are you available, LV?
What up, fellas? Y'all hear me?
Hey, I gotta mute you, Wakanda. Hey, go ahead.
Y'all hear me? I sound good.
Man, you got your gun in your lap, man. What's up?
Nah, I just, man, y'all been rolling out, man. I hate it down.
Damn, you got a bad connect. You got a bad. I'm gonna kick him out so he knows.
Hello.
Bad connect. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I see it from both sides. I do agree the female should have complied. Saying, getting that situation.
I'm gonna kick you out, and you got to find a new way to come in. I appreciate you. I ain't seen you in a minute, LV. It's great to. Anybody want to respond to Wakanda Forever, man?
I mean, if that was your guys' daughter, you think that would be okay? Would you feel just as like, oh, she did the right thing? Fuck no, you wouldn't.
I would. I'm already telling my daughter at 4 years old, you don't confront a man. You call the police and then you call your daddy. That's it. I'm not playing games. I don't want a dead, beat up daughter. No man on this panel would tell their daughter to respond that way and give absolute power to the police officer. No.
And I also want to say too, Fred, like, I'm 44 years old, and ever since I was a kid to an adult, you've always been taught just keep your mouth shut and take your ticket, and like that Wakanda said, handle it in court. Because at the end of the day, the video, I think all of it is kind of petty. Maybe the cop, I don't know if he was rough or not, but the thing about it, it's petty because that goes on every day. Well, they can show videos of stuff that's more violent than this because this right here just sets us back, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree that the whole premise of this whole thing is
stupid.
Is retarded. Yeah, it's stupid because it's $100 ticket, man. Like, okay, I'm mad. Like, I've signed so many tickets. I'm like, fuck, man. The cop go. When I give the cop my license, I'm like, fuck. And then when the cop come, I'm like, and I am so mad at myself. I am so fucking mad at myself. And I got to deal with it. It takes a whole fucking day. It probably ruins my whole next day. But guess what? I'm living that next day because I know if I confront this man at 9 p.m. on the corner of 54th and whatever it is, 54th and Western, which is every hood in America. If I angry at this guy, he pulls his gun out. I'm literally just every time a cop pulls me over, I'm not Frederick Hawthorne. I'm just another black man. That's it. It's like the cop that pulled over Marshawn Lynch earlier today. They just pulled him over, threw him on the car, and then after it's over, they said, "Oh shit, that's Marshawn Lynch." They just gonna treat you like a. But I know that. I understand that. So you know what I'm gonna do? I said this the other day. When my son has a car, no weed, one person in the car. You go, I'm buying you a Tesla because it has cameras at every fucking door. I'm not playing no games. Every time you get pulled over, you push that red button right there on the dash. And you let the judge do what it do. You accept the ticket, no sir, yes sir, and we go into court. Because I don't like Wakanda said, I'll let you go. I don't care. I'll trade the $500 in 2 days of anger. I'll trade that shit over planning a funeral any fucking day. And then I'll surmise it by saying, and I'll let you go. If we change that from a black cop to a white cop, now we really see, now we're really playing with the devil now. See, now we're really tempting the devil. And I think at the end of the day, we should be thankful. It's going to end where everybody going to wash their hands because it's social media. And the lady's not going to have to pay the $100. The man ain't going to have to pay $100. It's a social media thing right now. And I'm glad that everybody got home safe. And there's a lot of men in here that have daughters and future daughters. We better tell our daughters, fuck the black shit, the black queen, because some of us are going to marry Asian men, Asian women like me, Mexican, whatever the case may be. If the man is compliant, you be compliant. Respect your man's position. Respect your man's position. And then we move forward from there. You can curse him out in the car, but in public, respect your man's position. And that's it.
Dude, I think the craziest part about this is if they both would have complied, signed the ticket, they were from out of town, didn't know whatever. If they go to court, which was probably going to be an email if they're not from town, or call in or some shit like that, they're probably going to get off if they have no priors. They'll probably tell the judge, we're sorry, from out of town, we stopped at the park, didn't mean nothing. The judge probably look at this shit, okay, y'all ain't got no trouble. You know what? Dismiss, next time, whatever. Or it's a really, really small fine. Like, it don't make no sense. Everybody has this fucking entitlement that because we pay police officers, we paying with our taxes, so you're my fucking employee, so I don't got to do what the fuck you said. You need to be fucking doing what we do. You need to fucking give us water. You need to play our song when we get in the back of the car. You need to do all this extra shit for us and make shit comfortable for us. But then no one has no accountability for shit. And it's funny how on one side, when Kyle asked a question, if they were white, if it was white on white, we wouldn't be having this conversation the same way. Like Fred just said, if it was a white officer did that, oh Lord, Deacon be on here all night if that was a fucking case. So it's like race does have an issue, but it's not the race. It's just the cop. That wasn't even an aggressive cop. He gave her the badge number twice, gave her the name. He did all the same shit. He said, hey, do this or this is the consequence. She said, fuck the consequence. I'm going to do what I want. And then when he started grabbing her hand, oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Too late. Like, and then the man, the whole time he still did what he recorded her. He recorded what was going on. He didn't yell at the cop. He didn't say, don't touch my girl. And he didn't make it worse. Like you said, she got to follow his lead. That's a dysfunctional relationship from the outside looking in, because that man has no control over his woman whatsoever, not even in a life-threatening situation.
Y'all know what the problem is in all of this? Y'all want to know who the problem is in all this?
We listening.
The bitch.
Fred, for cutting into my damn show. No. No, the dude is the dude not being able to control his old lady. He the problem in all of this. Cause this is the thing about it. First of all, why you ain't sit your ass in the car anyway? Why did he tell you to get out the car? I think if she'd have left her ass in that car and sat down, bro would have got the ticket and they could have went on about their business. What you out the car for? And then when I call you over, why I gotta call you over here 2 or 3 times? And why didn't the dude say, get your ass over here? You know what I mean? Like, he's the problem. He's the problem, man.
Oh, she's
in
the
the words of the great philosopher, Big
She's the
Sean,
problem.
control your hoes. You let them talk to you crazy.
Okay, gotcha.
You ain't even got no, you got baby mama John, ain't even got you no baby. That was
Marks, man. Michael, you want to go first? Mike,
no, you know what? I said everything I had to say.
Oh man, we appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Hey, even I don't agree with you, I still appreciate the conversation.
No, it's important. it's really important because this conversation gonna save somebody's life. I guarantee you. We'll never know because the man or the woman said yes, sir, or no, sir. That's it. Yes, sir. No, sir. Or if you can see the name, no, Mr. Bennett, no, Mr. Brooks. No, I'm just going home. I'm going home to see my mom, man. My mom has cancer. I'm going to see my mom. It's on 34th in Maine.
Right.
That's all. My mom is stage 3 cancer, man. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm going on about my business.
Yep. Hey, the other thing is, last thing, Deacon, if you can hear me, understand that a lot of people get a lot out of what you bring to the table, bro. So a lot of things that you say have helped people. And so don't stop coming on the show and providing that aspect, your aspect and your viewpoints on life. All right. Yeah. Peace.
Michael, hold on.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I would just like for you to answer my question that never got answered. Please.
What's that? What's that?
Please, my brother. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I appreciate you for being civil in the midst of disagreements, all that. So I appreciate your stance. That just shows you're a real man. And I'm just being honest with you. Because people come at me all the time. It doesn't bother me. I don't worry about what people say. But I
appreciate that.
I feel like you're my elder and you sound like a mature brother. So I'm just asking for the context so everybody can hear. So since the police officer did not choose community policing, right? And he chose the letter of the law.
Mm-hmm.
When the young lady said she wasn't going to sign a ticket, that's what she said. The officer asked her, "Are you going to sign a ticket?" She said no. So what should the officer done after the woman told him she's not going to sign the ticket?
The thing is I thought that the woman, I'm trying to answer your question. I thought that the woman wasn't really registering to her the ultimatum that he was trying to give her. And I would have liked to see him repeat that ultimatum a little clearer one more time and say, hey, if you don't sign a ticket now, then I'm going to have to arrest you, take you to jail.
But Mr. Fuller, he said that over time.
But I'm saying that in the middle, they were going back and forth. So if he could have just got her attention and just gave that unilateral communication, and then if she said, no, I'm not going to sign it, and he did what he did, okay, so be it. But when she realized that, that she was going to actually be arrested, and she said, I will sign the ticket, and she kept saying, Mr. So-and-so, she was respectful the whole time in that sense. I think he could have de-escalated at that point. That's just my opinion.
But Mr. Fuller, he had already articulated her without screaming or anything. Either you sign the ticket or you going to jail. He gave her and him the same options.
Here's the thing, and it's just me knowing the nature of women, whether it be black women, white women, Asian women, Mexican women. The only thing that a woman has when she confronts a man is her mouth. That's it. Because from a physical standpoint, they're not going to subdue you physically. That's not going to happen 9 times out of 10. So you got to realize that women use their mouths in ways that irritate us, that may make our blood boil, feel like we're being disrespected and things like that. And when that happens, you just got to take a higher mindset. You got to take the higher road and say, okay, like I've had real quick. I was in the military for a long time, worked on submarines, 20 years. I never worked around women, right? There were no women on submarines. So when I started getting into corporate America and started dealing with women, I had to really realize that, okay, there'll be a time when a woman comes in, she may not feel well that day. She may have certain issues going on, and she may get irate with you with her, with her words. And I have to take the higher ground and let her know, hey, you know what? If I did say something that you didn't like, I didn't mean it that way. Is there anything I can do other than just apologize to make it right? It's really what I'm saying is because men have the authority, both physically and sometimes even positional authority, we have to take the higher ground when it comes to dealing with a woman's tendencies or emotions and give her the opportunity to come back down and throttle it back, right? And I thought that, even in that scenario, I think he did. I don't think he was wrong. I'm not saying he was wrong, man, and as far as the letter of the law. But I thought that he could have continued to try to de-escalate that so that woman wasn't on the ground, hogtied, with her weave knocked off. You know what I mean? And I'm not, the bottom line is because the infraction didn't really deserve that. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is being in the park after curfew in a town that you're not even from, that you may not have been aware of the curfew, then there has to be every opportunity taken to avoid what actually happened or the end game that we saw there, which was that woman's hogtied on the ground. That was too much.
And
For me, that was too much.
And Mr. Fuller, respectfully, her weave didn't get knocked off. That was a scarf.
Okay, so be it. I'm just gonna say that just ended up the end game in that was too much for the infraction. I could see if there was like an actual violent crime or they were in there selling drugs or something, but they were in a park, after the curfew. I just don't see that type of minor infraction justifying what the end game was in that situation. I just don't. And I think it's really the police officer's responsibility because he has the authority and the discretion, supposedly to have the discretion and wisdom to do so, is to avoid that at all cost. Avoid what happened there at all costs. And he has the authority in that situation to make that happen. And he didn't. And that's why I'm making a judgment on his character. Because whenever you're in a situation and you are in a leadership position in that situation, how that situation turns out is on you. Ultimately, it's on you. So I hold him responsible for it degrading to that particular state. And I thought there was several instances, even after he said he was going to arrest her, that he could have throttled back when she humbled herself and de-escalated the situation. He just refused to do so. And so for me, it's a character flaw on his behalf. And I think the dude needs to take I don't know. I said what I said. I mean it. I thought he was a house. Whether he lives like that every day, he definitely lived like that in that particular instance.
Appreciate you, Mike. I think I lost the connection.
All right,
with
I'm out, guys. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, Birdman. You want to?
Well, I just think really like when you get yourself put in situations like that really shouldn't be pushed to the extreme, whether it's a man or a woman. Just comply, get your ticket or whatever it is, and go home, and don't make a big deal out of it. And just survive, man, because we know how cops are. Not every cop is bad. You know what I'm saying? And just go home. And that's all I got to say. And I was like, Dinkin, don't run away. Come back, man. We always listen to you. I'm just saying, we don't have to agree with one another. I appreciate all y'all. So,
yeah, I appreciate you, Birdman.
He'll be back, but when Mex come, he'll leave.
Hey, DJ said exactly, Birdman, my Bama bro. I was raised the same way. My uncles taught me to treat the cops the same way I treat them. 100.
Salute, DJ. All right, I'm gonna listen to y'all.
Nah, we gonna wrap up. Go ahead, Max. Final.
You know, I got one point to make that I ain't hear nobody on this panel make all night. And correct me if I'm wrong. We all come from different places. Where the fuck in America can you go kick it at a park after dark? Pretty much every park in America, you cannot kick it in the park after dark. I've never been in any city in California, from southern to northern, that you can kick it in the park after dark. If you don't get caught, there's usually a sign that says sun up to sundown. Usually most parks, at least in California. I don't know how shit is everywhere else. So even if they weren't from the area,
Birdman brought that up actually. Yeah, Birdman brought that up.
Yeah, so even if they weren't from the area, wherever they were from, I'm pretty sure they couldn't kick in the dark at the park.
A couple people.
You know what I mean?
Well. Yeah.
So, but either way, be careful with these bitches, y'all. These bitches are the ones that get you killed. Because that same female that did that shit, if that was some street shit, if that was a hood nigga with a strap, and she would have started talking like that, all y'all motherfuckers would be dead. And then we gonna see who's singing a sad song after that. There's fucking, like, I get it. Cops should be doing this, but we should do our part too. So if a cop is being a dick, you should be extra not a dick to get out of there alive. Like there's no, I don't get it, man. And I know it has to do with race. I get it, because obviously that's why Deacon fucking took his ball crying at home. I get it. But at the same time, that's for anybody, especially women, because it is our job as men to protect women. So that girl should have been gamed up from her dude and anyone else in her life, her father and whatnot, what to do in these situations. She thought she was being slick. She thought because she was being polite and using her manners that she could not comply. And that's the thing. Some people think if they're being polite while they don't listen.
Bro.
What?
She didn't use no manners.
I mean, she wasn't cussing or nothing. She was like, Mr. Brooks, can I get your name? She wasn't like, fuck yeah, fuck you. Like a hood rat.
She didn't do that Mr. Brooks shit until he grabbed her. And she said, oh, you're hurting me. Nah, before that, nigga, she had all the attitude one could have.
I don't feel safe.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, those are the type of girls that get dudes killed out here, bro. Like, you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Listen, my best friend, my best friend, one of his brother's best friends got killed because a girl had some road rage, jumped out the car, went off on a nigga. He got out the car and bruh popped him. Bang bang.
Hey, just be careful, man. Stay safe out there. I know sometimes, I will say this as a man, I know sometimes you're gonna feel like a bitch on that drive home. I know on that drive home, you're gonna wish you would have did something. You wish you would have said something. Oh, if he didn't have that badge. Oh, if I see that motherfucker in the streets. I get it. But just get through it. Get home safe. When you go to court, half the time these cops don't even show the fuck up to court. Because all you gotta do is fight the ticket. Most of these cops will not show up to court about a fucking parking ticket. I've learned this not the hard way, but the good way, I guess. I fought different parking tickets. I'll go to court 3-4 times over a year span. They just drop the shit. The cop ain't showing up. All right, it's a small thing. Don't do it again. Or maybe they drop the fine and give you, a little restitution and some community service. Like, it's not that fucking bad. Like, this shit got blown out of proportion, and then it becomes a racial thing, but it can't fully be a racial thing because the cop was black. If the cop was white, this should be a #1 news in America. You know what I'm saying? And I love Marshawn like the next man, but even Marshawn was wrong. Same shit. Marshawn didn't listen to the cops, kept asking why, and they dragged his ass out. Like, just do what you're told, and then you can live to see another day, man. Like,
well, he was too drunk to get out, nigga. He was too drunk to get out the fucking car.
Hey, I'll be up in this section though. Thank you for letting me in late, Fred. I just got off work. I see y'all talking about it.
You know my flight is tomorrow. We in Vegas tomorrow, guys.
Well, there's no section. Hey, let's go. Hey, Fred, bring your private jet. Let's go, man.
Fred, let these motherfuckers do all this banter, go back and forth,
banter.
Shit.
Hey, Fred, put your fucking test on autopilot and take a nap and come to fucking Vegas, man. Fuck you doing?
Yeah, man. Hey, and don't French on me. God damn it.
I'm happy for y'all. I'm so happy. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Hey, man. Hey, Dre and the kids got to go to Hawaii and Disneyland. You can come to Vegas with the boys. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Quit horsing around, man.
Yeah.
Rich ass nigga. No, he take private planes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't take private planes. I'm frugal, but if I have to take one, I'll take one. I'll partner with someone. But yeah, man, I the position that we're in America prove the importance, prove how we overvalue the situation like this. Right? We say that we're bottom of America. So we literally debate respect versus respect, and the value of the actual crime is $100. We don't respect each other enough that there's a different set of rules of respect for a black man and a black woman. The black woman has the right to be emotional and in a state of trauma. The black man has the right to, he's supposed to stay calm and do everything right. But if the woman goes in front of the man, she can do that because she's a woman and she's emotional. And Hannibal said something that was so important. The most unprotected woman in America is the non-married woman. And the relationship between them two does not signify married woman and married man, because he never called her by her name. He never called her babe. There was no connection there. And she didn't respect his position. And that has to be taught from a little growing up. And you got to see your parents emulate that shit. You got to see your uncles emulate that shit. You got to see your grandparents emulate that. And because I believe she's a social media woman, I always say we live in by these hashtags, we live in by these groups, these Black Lives Matter groups, Black Girl Magic groups. That doesn't apply to real life. The black support is really in the help, right? Because if we're in accordance with whatever they do, black people should corral around this black woman and then help her through the legal system to get her free. But as I digested it throughout the show, the cop didn't make it a black issue. He made it a black and white issue, right versus wrong. He never once gave them any indication that I am a black police officer and you as a black person, right? And that happens to us in our lives too. Like when we go to a place where we got to wear a suit and tie, we shake hands, we say, "Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Johnson? How you doing, Miss Williams?" He never gave, he treated her with the level of respect that she deserved as a civilian. He didn't treat her, "Hey, black sister, hey, black queen, we can't be doing." No, that's not his job. And that's neither his responsibility. He has the right to do it if he so chooses, but he doesn't operate like that. He doesn't. He believes in accountability. He says, "Man, I worked hard to get in this position, and these are the rules I got to govern in these streets, and that's what I'm going to do." And he chose to do it that way. We got to respect his position. His position isn't wrong. His position isn't right. The question is, Michael Johnson would have did it a different way. Deacon probably would have did it a different way. You know what I mean? And that's fair. But the fact that he did it that way was not wrong. I believe the only wrong person in this situation was the woman. Everything else is just opinionated. The man should have responded. He should have told his bitch, "Hey, back up, sit down." Excuse me. Or he should have told the black queen, "Sit down, be cool. Your black king got this." She doesn't respect authority. And it's blatantly obvious she doesn't respect authority. And we got to see things for what it is. And we can't be asking in a quote unquote systemic oppressed America to get a black man hookup. Nah. How about we create our own opportunities, and then we'll have the power? Because everybody that's debating this has white friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends.
No, not Deacon.
So
he'll have Mexican friends.
Yeah.
Deacon and Brandon Washington.
Yeah. So we don't live in a monolithic society.
Hey, Fred, wouldn't that be prejudice or favoritism if he did give them a break just because they were black and he was black, and he wouldn't have done that for another race? Wouldn't that be exactly what everyone's fighting against?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad no one brought that up. No one brought that up.
You know, because when it's a white person and it's a white cop didn't do shit for the white people, that's fucked up. But if it's a black cop and gave a hook up to black people, it's the same shit.
You ain't black. Max, you ain't black, so you can't talk about these issues.
Man, I'm gonna do my 23andMe, and if I got 1%, I'm in the gang, dog.
Nah, man, you can't talk about black issues. You ain't black.
Man,
You're
listen.
barely black your goddamn self, Kyle.
Hey,
I'll probably Hey, after Vegas, we're gonna see who darker. Watch. I'm gonna get that field worker tan.
Hey, Max. Even though your whole family is black, nigga, you can't
as
speak
fuck.
on black issues.
No. But Deacon wouldn't tell that white judge that. He wouldn't tell that white lawyer, hey, you can't reside over this black. I killed the black man. I robbed the black man, or this black man robbed me. This black man killed my sister.
The black issue.
Right, we need a black judge in this situation. Your house can be black, but the moment you step out of your house, it's the world. It's literally the world, man.
Hey, no section tonight, Kyle?
No, I gotta get my flight early as shit, man.
All right, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all because I'm gonna get some sleep too before tomorrow. Much love. Thank you, Fred, for your platform.
Appreciate you, dog. It's all love.
Big homie shit. I appreciate you, dog.
Nah, it's all love, man. You know what I mean? 2 weeks ago, Deacon wanted to kill a black man on this platform. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. What I'm not gonna do is change. I'm gonna evolve. I believe I'm becoming a better person. I can see things from a 360 lens now, you know. And 15 years ago, if I would have saw this, man, come on, cop, why you do this, man? But I understand this shit now. I understand it. I don't drive above the speed limit. I got speed traps all in this neighborhood I live in. Speed traps every fucking where. Man, the police station is 3 blocks that way. Whatever. I don't know which way I'm pointing, but it's 3 blocks away from my house. And listen, I drive the speed limit. I don't text while I drive. I do everything, not everything, but I do on most times I do the best I can not to be put in those situations. And that's what we got to understand. It's the risk versus the reward, or the risk versus the consequences, man. America is talking about a $75 ticket. And no one's gonna hold. I guarantee you, none of these black lawyers and judges and these people on social media is gonna hold that woman accountable because she's black. Oh, he shouldn't have slammed the black woman. A black woman can carry a gun. A black woman can carry a knife. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's a police officer. We don't know what his experiences are, but we got to take him for what that uniform is. He's a cop. And no one on this panel would tell their daughter to act like that. Not one person. Not one person. Because they want to have breakfast with their daughter in the morning. They want to walk their daughter down the aisle to get married. You know, they want to go to church with their daughter on Sunday. They want to go vote for Joe Biden in 2024 with their daughter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, we use black when it's convenient. Like I said, show me you're black. How many black kids are you helping 7 days? We got 7 days times 24 to help out these black kids in our community. Let's brag about that shit. How many little black girls are you helping? How many jobs have you created in your community? That's the big deal. We can act black. Everyone in the world, every black person can act black on social media. Everybody. You can be the blackest man on the planet on social media. Show me what you do outside of social media. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality of it. How many jobs have you created, man? How many black people have you hired? Or you telling them to go to the white man down to the county building and get a job? Hey, man, hey, you should go down to the county and get a job, man. You should go to the post office, man. You should be a police officer. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the world is bigger than just being black, man. We got to leverage this shit so your last name can win. And when your last name wins, you're making the world a better place, man. You know what I mean? You ain't got no motherfucking derelicts, drug addicts, and You ain't got no delinquent kids. Your kids don't respect your authority. Man, anyway, let's get out of there, man. She is a social media black queen. The fact that she thinks she can talk, she can supersede the man that she would and not listen to a police officer when he's doing nothing wrong. I was always taught in the fight, eliminate the threat. I was always taught that. Man. Eliminate the threat. As an explorer, eliminate the threat. Oh, why you didn't shoot the man in the leg? Because the chest is the biggest part of his body. I don't want to miss. Why you didn't shoot him in his finger? Because the chest is the biggest part of his body. I don't want to miss. That's it. We always want the black man hookup, the brother man hookup. Man, stay out of their way, man. Stay out of their way. If you have a problem with the police department, man, move to a small city that has its own police department, and your police officer will more than likely be your neighbor. You will play, your sons and your daughters will play basketball with your sons and his daughters. Instead of living in these big cities, how about you move to these smaller cities that has their own police department? It's a lot safer, and you'll be a lot better off, man. So, yeah, I made it a political issue. That was a pun. I did, because 90 average of just over 90% of black people vote Democrat, no matter what the Democrats say. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I did do that. Ready, Kyle? Let's get out of here.
Fredro.
Yeah, man. Don't Fredro me, man. Don't Fredro me, man.
Shit. Get that shit together, man. Play the damn song.
All right, I will. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. This was a great conversation, man. So, man, this I like when people get so mad they don't want to come back. Like, that's the point of this show. That's the whole point. Niggas get mad, man. Listen, we did our job tonight. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
See, no, you let this man come on here.
Man, listen, I want him to come back.
You let this man come on here and do this, friend.
Nah, man, listen. His white friend that's doing life in prison, I let him come on. You know what I mean? As mad as y'all have got me on some nights, I've never said I'm gonna kill you. Never. Not killing nobody over no motherfucking social media shit, man. You know what I mean? Shit, nah, man. Nah. Niggas kill a black man, get mad, want to cancel another black man because you disagree with him. Because you think he's a coon, you want to kill him. Y'all call Ben Carson a coon. Motherfucker literally has saved more black men in America than you ever will.
Peoples Hernandez.
You know what I mean?
Oh, hey.
Yeah, what's up?
And for those of you that's gonna be in Vegas, we got a surprise guest.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
He's one of Fred's best friends.
Oh shit. This is gonna be funny. Why don't you tell him?
Nah, fuck them. They ain't come. They'll find out on the live stream.
Oh. Okay, so. All right, what's up, C? Baltimore Boxing, Nate Johnson. Appreciate y'all. Can't get Israel, man. Teach your kids, man. Teach your daughters, man, not to confront men, man. Call the police and call daddy, man. You know what I mean? Call the police and call daddy, man. You know what I mean? 2 black kids. One is dead. One is gonna do life in New York over some cold French fries because the mom didn't de-escalate because of some cold French fries she got. 10 days ago that happened.
I'm getting on Spirit Airline for the first time, Fred.
Yeah, enjoy that. I don't know. I've never flown it. That black kid in the New York subway beat up a police officer, and that black cop should have killed him. That black cop had every right to tase that black man because he was too close. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would say I'm not I think I am a Republican, and I'm proud of it. If I come off as Republican to you, I'm Republican, 100%. You can't shame me in being who I am. No one can ever shame me for being me. I'm proud of me. I've come a long way. The older you get, the more conservative you get. You know what I mean? Because you want to live longer. You don't eat candy. You don't eat ice cream. You don't go out at night. You know what I mean? You carry a gun. You stay out of harm's way. You drive the speed limit. You know, the older you get, the more conservative you become. You know what I mean? Love y'all, man. We out of here. Peace.